I think we're live. And now you are live. All right. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay at home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to drivers. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the crossing guards and the school teachers, law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel, military personnel. Whatever your job description is, shout out to you. Shout out to every single clean hearted, good hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. You deserve respect and you're a good person. Here we are on this beautiful Monday morning. Today is the 8th of September 2025, and we are happy to be here. Yes, we're up and feeling good and all these things. It took me a while to set up. For those of you who don't know, drop the kids to school this morning, then had to come back and set up. And then we are trying to use this StreamYard something because we look better on screen. We don't lose our lives like others have been telling me for the longest. When the live actually buffers, StreamYard saves it and then pick we back up right which part we drop off. And I'm noticing that. So I'm really loving the StreamYard thing. Also, for the people who are asking, SouFLo, is this going to be like the regular where you have a bunch of people on the screen and we don't just get to hear you talk and bounce off your energy? It won't be the regular because I don't have to have people on the screen at all times. But Monday morning time is when we choose to designate that morning to have people on the screen if they want to join us live. What we realize is a lot of you don't want to be seen, right? I don't know if your makeup not done yet or if you busy at work or whatever the case may be. But if you want to be seen when I share the link, which I'm about to share right now. So when I share the link, just go and go click the link and join me on screen and I'll put you on the screen. But make sure you're somebody with something to say. Okay? Because I don't want people on the screen and you just sit on there. If that's the case, you might as well just stay in the chat. But I want you to be on the screen with something to contribute, something to say. Let me hail up some people and then we're going to get into our topic this morning, our topics this morning. See, so from the top of the chat this morning, Miss Goldie Robinson was the first one in. Big up yourself, Miss Goldie Robinson. Thank you for being here. General Kevin said, teacher, you're late for class. Big up yourself, General Kevin. Thank you for being here. Great goodies is in the building with us this morning. Miss Goldie Robinson, thank you for being here. S Diva, Lovely Aneka is in the building. Lovely Aneka is my fellow content creator sister on YouTube. If you see her name in the chat, go ahead and hit her name. Go over to her channel and subscribe and check out our content and keep the love in the family. This kind of thing. Little Red Gucci is in the building with us this morning. Good morning, Little Red Gucci. Thank you for being here. Lola So Bless is here. You remember Lola Sabless? Thank you for being here this morning. Jerome Pearson is in the building. As you can see, the chat is open to people whose name are not in green because it is subscribers morning. So even though their names are not in green, they are subscribers. And another thing is YouTube does not make membership available to everybody, which we found out a while back, and we deeply apologize to the people who have been rocking with us for the longest who would get their membership if it was available in their country, but it's not. So there are people here who are from different parts of the Caribbean, so on and so forth, and they're not able to access membership, right? But they're able to enjoy the chat room on a Monday morning. Jerome, big up yourself. Jerome Pearson is in the building with us this morning. Thank you for being here, BM. Dorothy T, thank you for being here. Sharon Affleck is here with us. Audrey Wright, big up yourself, Audrey. Audrey says, please hit the thumbs up button as you enter the live. Thank you. Senior Sexy is in the building with us this morning. Virtuous Fire. Nisha is also here. Nisha, thank you for being here. Big Mouth Shaba there. Big Mouth Shaba, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. BM. Prelis 123, Elaine Brown, Thank you for being here as well this morning. Mistress B talks health and wellness with a twist is with us this morning. Thank you for being here. Yvonne Walford, thank you for being here. Lovely Aneka, the Buffalo Soul, the rest, thank you for being here. Michelle Taylor, RN, put some respect on it. Thank you for being here. Darren Brandon, 305. Darren, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. If I didn't call your name, you already know what it is. Trini LB, thank you for being here, bro. Appreciate you. Simon G, big up my whole Trini family. Simon G, thank you for being here. London Boy is in the building with us this morning as well. Raddy's daughter is here with us. Peter G is here with us. Sheldon Weldon is in the building this morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Can't spend the whole morning. I said thank you for being here because the names are rolling in. Prince Hall is a lot of names are here this morning, but we have to get into a topic. Tell Me is in the building. Unstoppable Josh is in the building. Donna Davis in the building. Bad Dolly 261 is in the building. Thank you for being here. Richard Movie Dyer. Donna Thompson is here. Kathy Allen is here. Thank you for being here. Roland Richards is in the building. Thank you for being here with us this morning. We're going to get into our topics now. One long thank you for being here. One long shout out. People say, SouFLo, why you not shout out my name? I'm up on the screen too. A whole heap of shout out. And then there are those, you can't please people, you know. Because when I try to shout everybody out, the next thing comment me see is, why you spend so much time to shout out people? I didn't come here for that, man. Just going to the topic or going to where you come to talk about. Like, jeez. Anyhow, our topics this morning are something that Isaac Buchanan said. I know who he said it about, and I found it very funny, a piece of interview that he did. I have not watched the whole interview, but I promise you I'm going to watch it because it was Isaac Buchanan. And you know Isaac Buchanan is highly intelligent. If you ever watch any of his other interviews, you gain a lot from just listening to this brother speak. This interview, though, he has a way with words, right? And the pop it and drop it like a good skettle is what we're going to address this morning. Along those lines, that will move into a conversation of politicians' responsibilities, because I am very aware that most Jamaicans who live in Jamaica, the ones who have never traveled, the ones especially who are not too highly educated, I guess, or even those who are, they're not aware of what their responsibilities are as far as the people who they elect to govern their constituency. I don't think the people are fully aware of what their responsibilities are. So we're going to get into some of that this morning. We're done talking about the election results. We're not going to get into it this morning. It is what it is. It's gone already. We said what we had to say. We're talking about something totally different, but it still has to do with Jamaica and politics with a little bit of spice to it. All right? All right. That's one. You know, say if an egg we in the red. I am so proud to be a Jamaican. I can't even express to people how proud I am. I told somebody, I said, well, me tell you, my audience. I said, you know, me pray to God and I said, God, because we all must expire. But if there is such a thing as coming back again, reincarnated, please do not make me come back as anything other than a Jamaican all over again. I don't know, there's probably, I wouldn't even say give me little money, little more money this time around, because had I been born with gold spoon in mouth, so to speak, you know what? Actually, I was born with gold spoon in my mouth. It's all on how you look at it. Was I born in a 20-bedroom, 15-bathroom mansion on a hill overlooking the Caribbean Sea with butlers and chauffeurs and maids and, you know, big expensive cars in the driveway? No, I wasn't. So if that is your idea of rich, then I wasn't born with that. But when you talk about freedom and born on your own land, which we still own to this day, generational wealth passed down, and people who really loved and cared and protected us, and real good food that came from our land that we ate, everything and all that, rivers and streams and trees full of fruits and gardens full of vegetables, and, you know, with style and with pattern and everything. Bring me back like that again, God, please. Then I reach a foreigner and realize, say, you know, me a big man now, but Jamaicans don't miss nothing. If it is happening, a Jamaican is there. So, good, we're really, really good. Bad, We're really, really bad. When Jamaican ready for bad, nobody no better than we. And when Jamaicans are ready to good, nobody not gooder than we. Big up to the rest of the Caribbean because we are Caribbean people and a part of the Caribbean family. However, you know, so we stick out like a sore thumb. No pun intended. It's just a Jamaican thing is how we done, right? Now, I'm looking up and down. I'm sure you've probably seen this that the FBI, them people there whose name I don't really like to call because their name is like the boogeyman name. If you say their name too many times, they appear. The FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, when you end up on their most wanted list, you're at the top of the charts. Yeah, there's no other list in the world that tops that list. So when you end up on the top of that list there as the most wanted, I don't know how she ends up there as the most wanted, but I'm going directly from their website, and she's the one that's the most wanted at the moment. She's a Jamaican. Me I said to myself, them don't have no terrorist bombers and nobody else where kill off people where could have been more wanted than this woman. Then put one Jamaican woman at the top of the FBI most wanted list. So we're gonna get into why she's wanted, who she is, where they believe she's hiding out, all these other things. They've been tracking her. They get close to, but she is slippery like wet soap. Them can't hold her. I think it's only a matter of time. And then there's a story here. A young lady out of Jamaica tells her story about her father searching her. For those of you who've been around this channel for a while, you remember this. And I prefer more when people who tell these types of stories, they're able to call in. So when we covered our story, like this story, that individual who told us this story, wherever she is out there, I hope she's doing well. I remember she was in the Netherlands and she did not want to go back to Jamaica because her brother was threatening to take her life. Her mom had turned against her. Her father did admit, she got him to admit in a phone call, which she shared with us, that he did what she said he did, but he was kind of like, all right, man, get past it now. We all growing now. Time change. Get over it. So the trauma of being, you know, molested inside of your house by an older sibling, and then on top of it, your dad. And she told a story about her dad coming into the room and inserting his fingers into her area at her mother's request as a teenage girl, right? Even while her brother was also doing things to her, which she told them about, and they kind of brushed it off like, well, you know, at least keep it in the house, yeah. So I don't like say, yeah, go out the road, go give yourself to a strange man or whatever. And she told us how it made her become promiscuous at a young age because that was her way of gaining back control of herself and her body and whatever. There's a similar story here this morning. Our story is still on YouTube. Our story has her voice note, her call in, because she called in more than once, and a bunch of other stuff that went with it. Even the family that she accused got in touch with us. I'm gonna get one piece of cussing from that family for even airing her story. You know what I'm saying? So these stories touch in different ways. Different people can relate to this type of trauma right here. But we'll get into that deeper when we get into the story. Uh, where do you want to start this morning? This is up to you. These are our three topics for the morning. So we have the Jamaican woman who tops the FBI most wanted list. We have the Isaac Buchanan pop it and drop it like a good skettle. And then we have the father searched my private. So we'll go with the father, ISAT, or FBI. Which one do you want? Father, ISAT, or FBI? It is up to you. I'll give you 60 seconds while I sip on some of this spearmint tea and cue myself up. Wait there. Bill, you see my phone? I thought I had it with me. You know, that's a. See if you're in the truck for me. Okay. If I left it in the truck, please. All right, so let me see. A lot of FBI. Let me see. Okay, look, where we at? We're 30 seconds in and counting. Damn, a lot of people answered. Okay, bam. 40 seconds in. I said. Okay. For FBI. Valley Most Wanted, FBI, Father Search, It's ISAT versus FBI, ISAT. There are overwhelmingly more ISAT than there are FBI. Nope. FBI. FBI. And we've come to an end. FBI. And FBI, it is going to be. ISAT will be second. And then Father Search will be third. You find it, babe? Yes. I left you in that truck? Mm-hmm. All right, thank you. You want to come show up, babe?
No, I don't. You want you see what I saw? Is it a video?
Yeah. Well, it's a video.
You can put it on the screen.
I could put it on the screen. But Swaggervans was a big letdown at Jamaica Day in Brampton, Toronto, with his vulgar language and kids there. Okay. We don't know about none of that. Yeah, show me again how to put it on the screen. So we're still learning this thing.
You're saving?
Yeah, I'm saving.
Okay, you're gonna open a new tab.
No, I'm a big batty side chick there. All right, where are we going?
Open a new tab.
Open a new tab. Yes, sir?
Hit Instagram.
Oh, man. All that?
Instagram.
I'm learning.
Log in.
FBI did win, you know.
FBI. But you can queue you up when you're ready.
Then I have to sign in. Okay, we're not under that. We're not going to hold up my phone on the screen. Right, so. That's much easier. all that are too much, babe. Sorry. I did it the other day, though. I didn't have to do all that. Yeah, man. Jerome them did the on screen and actually encouraged, not encouraged, but instructed me on how to do it. Our next brother. I never do none of that.
That's exactly how it was done.
No, it was done from my phone.
From your phone?
Yeah. And it went straight to the screen.
Yeah, I don't know what I want.
Or maybe actually I'm signing.
You're signing over. That's all.
All right, so let's get into the FBI stuff first, right? Yeah. I sat second, and the other one third. Father Search third. Let me go to the FBI site, which I have queued up right here. So her name is Elaine Angine Esco. Elaine Angine Esco. Elaine, any which part today? Top chopper. Scammer them there. Elaine chop a food, you see, and she chop a big food. Listen. Hold on. Let me answer this before we get started. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLo.
Good morning, family. How you doing?
Tell Shakira big up her nice clean self. Me soon come back.
All right, manners. Shakira, big up your nice clean self. She soon call back. All right. Yeah, Elaine and Angine Esco is her name. Elaine, I don't want to come off sounding like I'm encouraging any of this. Let me start off with the story which I told before. In the process of purchasing a piece of property here in Florida, you know, them carry through the whole rigmarole, and me I go through it with a realtor, only for the realtor to show up one day and start encouraging me to take out a big PPP loan. So me I tell the woman, say, I don't really need the money. Isn't that for people who like run a business or watch this? I think the PPP loan itself was a trap that was set up for a lot of people just because they needed people to be going to prison. And I keep saying, man, I think God is guiding my life. Cause me could have greedy, you know. Me could have greedy. And the way how a realtor who came to the house, a realtor who was trying to help me to acquire a piece of property, this realtor is telling me it's easy. I can show you how to do it. I just got my first check and I got another check on the way. And it's a fat check too. I said to myself, what are the odds of a real estate company sending a realtor to my house where we were supposed to go drive around, look at properties? She have the code to get into these properties, and we end up picking up property, and then she facilitate the process to the ownership of the property. What are the odds that this woman would I want inveigle me into pulling out PPP loan? She was like, everybody is doing it. It's free money. Something just says SouFLo, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Baby, you remember when she disappeared? You remember when the realtor disappeared? All right. I think she disappeared because the feds come for her. You see, when she disappeared, we didn't know why, right? It was just strange to us because we were in the middle of deals. And then the realtor just disappeared. Her real estate company, which is a huge company in Florida, couldn't explain where she went, which was strange. They just sent us somebody else and they apologized for her just disappearing. Now we know she probably was one of the PP first grabs for law enforcement in that. To this day, I'm glad I did not take that trap because I don't know if she was doing it out of the goodness of her heart, like I was getting some money and I could show you how to get some too, or she was an agent who they sent out to fish people in. You know, like them federal agent or them agent there where inveigle you if you buy, yo, me know you can flip some drugs, you know, and you're like, I don't sell drugs. A easy thing, man. Me know you're not in a drugs or nothing like that, you know. But a 10 kilo of coke, you some my youth, 150,000, you're chop off of that, right? A one go. And it's easy to get. They'll come to you speaking your own language and everything. You start thinking to yourself, let me get a one try. And they're telling you how I do this all the time. A years me I do this, I'm gonna get catch. This is the way. Next thing you know, you in prison doing 10 years, right? Right, cause them catch you with it. And that person ends up showing up at your trial. And the next thing you realize that's an agent and they suckered you into it and got you there. It's called entrapment, but I've seen entrapment work many times. This Jamaican girl here, Elaine and Jean Roscoe, that is exactly what the FBI is after her for. All right. They have all her name, her aliases: Annie, Annie Palmer, Miss Palmer. Her date of birth is November 15th, 1984. Her place of birth, this is off the FBI site. Her place of birth is Jamaica. She is a full-fledged Jamaican. The US News carried the news that said headlines, CNN, Fox News, all of them do not call her a Jamaican. They just say this woman is wanted for massive PPP loan fraud. And we believe she might be hiding out in Jamaica. First thing I said was, why would she be hiding out in Jamaica? Run Ghana, Jamaica, according to them, can't find her. Choppins, she a Jamaican. Let me go look to see if she's Jamaican for real before I start spreading that she is. Give us a bad name, some Jamaicans would say, even though she wasn't Jamaican. She could be a foreigner hiding out in Jamaica. Turns out, place of birth, Jamaica. Her hair is black. Her eyes are brown. Her height, she's a shorty. She's 5'4". She's small. She's only 140 pounds. She's a female, of course. Her race is listed as black, and her nationality is Jamaican. Scars on her face, on or marks. It says Esco has tattoos on her left wrist. She has tattoos on her abdomen. She has tattoos on her back, and she has tattoos on her right shoulder. Elaine Angine Esco, is wanted for her involvement in a conspiracy to commit wire fraud and money laundering in connection with a scheme to fraudulently obtain over 34 million US dollars in federal COVID-19 relief funds. She and others submitted more than 90 fraudulent applications for funds from the Paycheck Protection Program plan, economic injury disaster loans, restaurant revitalization funds, and shuttered revenue operations grants. Boiled fire. You have to know about the EIDL and the PPP program and the RRF and the SVOG. She was on top of her game. And all this was done between May of 2020 and November of 2021. Now, the application allegedly contained false information regarding how many employees were at these companies that she and others in her group claim to have owned. So they fill out paperwork saying they own these different companies. I have a barbershop and beauty salon, and right now COVID is shutting us down. We have to social distance, remember? Right. So those kind of places would close down. You can't have a barbershop beauty salon full of people, or you could only go at slow pace, one person in at a time. Then it turned into six at 6 feet distance apart. Then they started saying how many could gather here, there. Turns out they didn't have no legitimate companies, and they had no legitimate employees. They lied about their companies existing. They lied about regarding employee counts. They lied about payroll expenses, and they lied about business revenues. You would also have to say stuff like, well, on a monthly basis, my average for the last 2 years before this thing hit was $60,000 to $70,000 per month. And now we're down to zero income almost. And they would slap you a big check, 60, 70,000 a month times 12 months. That bam, that's a cut check right there. They were giving this money out in a scary way, which is why I think it was a trap. So the scheme resulted in the wrongful disbursement. So for those of you who are wondering if she just fill out paper and tried to get the money, no, they got the money. They got the money. They got $29.1 million out of the 34 that they tried to get. Yo, I have to laugh it up. I have to laugh. That's a lot of freaking money. That's life-changing money. $29.1 million was disbursed in a RRF fund, and then $3.8 million in an SVOG fund. So they got the money, $34 million. After the funds were disbursed, it said that Esco, the Jamaican female, and her associates directed payments to each other and to businesses that they controlled. Then they withdrew large sums of cash, and they used blank signed checks to conceal the origin and the nature of the proceeds. A federal arrest warrant was issued for her on May 22nd, 2020. That's a big Ross piece of chop. Hey, Elaine, go. What Peter G said, go big or go home. She never play. Yo, you know they have a saying, right? It's the go big or go home saying. It's big risks and big rewards, right? If you're not willing to take big risks, then you won't ever see big rewards. This is a big risk. The amount of that money alone would have scared me. If somebody came and said, yo, we're formulating a plan SouFLo, we need you in this 6 away, and we're going to set up, so the total are going to be 34 mil US, and then we are gonna split it. But when the money come in, we have to go like send it back and forth to each other, so it look like we are paying expenses and paying employees and stuff. But you are get my money, so you'll give it back to me, right? And me I get fear, so me I'll give back to me. Yo, 34 million US dollars gone. Gone. The money was dispersed. And they collected the money and they sent the money to each other in payments, and they withdrew the money in large lump sums of cash, and they used blank checks, signed checks to conceal the origins and the nature of the proceeds. I'm reading this to you directly off of the FBI's website, directly from the FBI's website. Please don't think I'm making this up, right? A federal arrest warrant was issued for her on May 22nd of 2025 in the United States District Court, Southern District of no other than Florida, West Palm Beach. I can't imagine how she feel when that rotted check they come in and she bingo them call that, you know. Could you imagine when that check hit? You for a minute might think, me I try a thing, hope this work out. But when that check hit, I'll be at the ATM like this. I'll be like a crazy person. When up there smile like that for? What's wrong with that guy? Why is he acting like that? I'm logging out. I'm rechecking again just to make sure it's true. I'm going inside, just draw out a good 20, 30,000 just to make sure that the money actually did it. I have to pinch myself to be real. $34 million dispersed. 29.1 was dispersed in one payment to RRF funds, and then 3.8 million from SVOG funds dispersed again following that 29.1 million. From West Palm Beach, Florida, a federal arrest warrant issued for her May 22nd, 2025, after she was charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud, conspiracy to commit money laundering, wire fraud, actual concealment money laundering, and transactional money laundering. She was notified. They knew where she was at. And she was notified that she would have to appear in court to face these charges. And she was scheduled to appear in court June 5th of 2025. And then June 5th of 2025 came, and she was a no-show at the she was a no-show at the court date. She failed to show. If there are any law enforcement, especially FBI agents watching this right now, I'm just laughing because it's ironic. It's funny in a way, comical, but I am in no way trying to encourage anybody to do anything like this. So please don't come for me. All right. Esco was last seen on June 3rd, 2025 in Palm Beach County, Florida, escaping in nearby bushes. It's a Jamaican thing. We escape in nearby bushes. Ask Jamaica Constabulary Force. Escape. She was last seen on June 3rd, 2025 in Palm Beach County in Florida. I mean, put on the escaping in nearby bushes though. But that's what they put on on their site. Because I could just imagine how she was getting away. I could just imagine. And then on the FBI site, it also says she should be considered a flight risk if she is caught in U.S. territory. So they need to hold her and get in touch with the authorities. You can submit a tip at tips.fbi.gov if you know where she is at. We'll take the shortcut. RGK, you know, so the shortcut always require you to go through the bush, not true? Yeah, so we always escaping in nearby bushes. She escaped in nearby bushes with, that's a freaking hefty sum of money. She'll move like Escobar. And on a small chop that, my friend. That's not a small chop. That's a chop. That her chopping remind me of that song that TJ made. TJ made a song where he said, them a chop, enough of them a chop small. Chop, but them a chop small. Big chopper, something them a talk about. Them not get no money. Let me tell you about choppings. This is a chop. This is a chop. 34 million US dollars gone, and they can't find her. They might look for her now. But one thing I know though, all fun and jokes aside, when it comes to US authorities, the long, and here goes the people who are going to say, oh, you over there praising that. I live here. I live here. But I've worked with, so I know how they operate. The long arms of this. Remember me they telling us the brother them, the African brother them, they went way over one part of Africa where people still wear grass skirts only in that division and them only speaking. And for some reason, they had them brothers handcuffed walking through the airport, coming back, crossing many waters. So they were able to find them. Now you go that far and you think they can't find me. I'm in a grass hut all the way in some place you never heard of. And they went and found them. It's a run, but I think this is going to be a long run short catch. She escaped in big heel boot and bell bottom pants, Julie Topper said. I could just imagine her getting up out of town, right? We not even need no bag. Me not pack nothing, Andre. Me see you, Andre. When me reach, me I go, me call you here. So, where I go, Simone? Me not knowing about me reach and me call you. Me call you when me reach when me call you. Yeah, our face changed totally. Dolly body, Dolly body spend only cash. What happened if she goes to on a journey with no extradition agreement? That could be happening too. U.S. military has live satellite recorded imagery, says Sheldon Weldon. 28 million, she's gone. What in Jamaica? She on an island she bought. FBI need for IIR for sure them our secret. Audrey said, you think she off on an island of her own? It ain't that easy to be on an island of your own, fam. But she definitely are gonna be gone for a while though. But I think this is gonna be a long run short catch. Cause remember, I know these are people who are super relentless, you know. I've seen them catch people who disappeared 30, 40 years ago and them still get catch today. So long run short catch. I can imagine her though redo her face, you know, fill up the lips, change the nose, grab a new identity. Because you know, facial recognition and all these things. They have facial recognition out there. It is used a lot in China. I'm sure US authorities use it as well. And it's set up at all ports or wherever. So when they see that face coming in, it's already recorded. Boop, 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 boop. Face alert, face alert. What if she goes out, right? Go get a complete change or makeover and came back into the US as a completely different person, completely different looks. Like somebody said, body look different, face look different. And she's actually living here right under them nose. Remove the tattoos. Jim Book says they what you said? Oh, Bob Cosmic says they started rolling out facial recognition in the UK. It's something that's used big time in China. But that's true, the United States. Hold on there. She has the means. She more than has the means to do it. Fingerprint can't change for those kind of financial wire frauds. So we say fingerprint can't change, but I'm willing to bet that there are people out there who could change your fingerprint. I'm willing to bet that there are people out there who could change your fingerprint. Anything, listen, we're talking about The chopper them don't play now. Can fingerprint be manipulated or changed? Let's see. Yes. The answer is yes. Fingerprints can be manipulated or changed through severe intentional actions like deep cuts, intentional burning, scarring, or even plastic surgery that destroys the basal layer of the skin, making them difficult to identify, changing it to a new pattern. However, standard changes to the skin surface alone from aging, dryness, or minor chemical exposure are generally not severe enough to alter the underlying unique pattern. So therefore, even your fingerprints could be changed. Remember one time I telling us that them pick me up in Brooklyn, New York? I didn't do nothing to nobody. These people wrongfully arrested me, had me driving around in the back of the car. I was thinking, yep, I'm going to prison for sure for somebody else's crime, because the police officer kept telling me, we got you. You know we got you, right? And I'm like, I'm not the person you're looking for. I'm in handcuffs in the back seat. And he's like, come on, man, give it up. We know it's you. You can imagine how I was feeling, right? I'm like, oh, damn, I'm going to prison for real. I just so happened to come out today with no ID. He was like, where's your ID at? I said, my ID is upstairs in my house. This is after them driving me where gone a long time down the road. But I used to work on the same block I used to live on, right? I lived at one end of the block and I worked at the other end of the block. So when them I drive me around the place, he finally asked, so where your ID at? And when I said I don't have it on me, obviously it's upstairs in my apartment, he was like, right. I said, you could take me to my apartment right now and I'll show you my ID. I'm not the person you're looking for. But now I lie still. When him pull up, they had a little computer, like a small computer. When him pulled that up, showed it to me, I'm in the back seat. I knew immediately right away who the person was. And that person was in our area not too long ago from the day that they picked me up. As a matter of fact, people used to say that me and that person look alike. And I was a bit younger than that person. They used to call me his younger brother. But me and I did one Trini you too. But me and that somebody that wasn't related. But I wasn't going to say, oh, I know him. He was there a couple of days ago. I was just like, that's not me. So when they showed me on the screen, that's when my heart never gets out of my chest no more. Because I was like, okay, so I know for a fact that's not me. Because even me know who that is. At the same time, I'm looking at it. The police are telling me about, you know this you. Come on, man. Look, this is you. You can't say this is not you. And I said, all right, I have a way out. Remember when I told y'all that when I went in the cell, I started like preaching, but I wasn't preaching like Bible preaching. I was preaching like, look around you. Everybody in here is black. We look like what they did to our ancestors in the belly of the slave ship. This is modern day slavery. This is, they are preaching, and next thing me hear, my name called, they came, just like you see in the movies, open the cell, let me out. I'm free to go. I'm free to go. But when I was in there was guys in there who would bite off their finger, like bite off the whole of the skin, yasso, off of this part of your finger where your fingerprint would be. They would have bite out completely, and it would bleed profusely. So they would wipe the blood on the wall like that and press it on the wall, forget if it stopped bleeding. And remember, I told y'all that like there was blood on the wall and all kind of stuff like that. And then they would spit and spitting at the cell. It was nasty in there. I don't know how anybody keep getting arrested repeatedly and keep going through the same thing. That was enough for me to know that jail or prison is not my forte. And I ain't trying to do nothing to get me to go into these places. But yeah, this is when I knew that you could manipulate this. Because I asked them, why the hell they doing that? Why they bite off them finger? They're like, yeah, because they'll never have my real fingerprints. I learned that in Brooklyn, New York, years ago. So I know it could be manipulated, but it says it right here that it can be manipulated or changed through severe intentional actions. Bite off, peel off, bite off, all like intentional actions like deep cuts, intentional burns, or plastic surgery that destroys the basal layer of that skin. So she could have very well changed her fingerprint, my friend, and come right back in there. So come sit down and watch them while they run around looking for her. We always think that that's what's going to happen. Next thing we know, news media, woman has been captured. And she is on TV looking sad as hell. but here what? Mama, if you're out there watch this, you see if them capture you, no make them capture back the money. No make them capture back your money. If they capture you, no make them capture back your money. I'm sure that's what her family is saying. If they capture you, call in, no make them capture back the money. You can go and go rub a little time and come back out. We're still rich. You see me? We'll take care of everything till you reach back. That's a lot of money, 34 million. She had a team. She split up the money with the team, according to the FBI. It was a bunch of them, and they kept passing the money between each other. Like, if I got bills to pay, I have to prove to the government that I have a contract with Salinka's company. And what I did was I had to pay out $250,000 to Salinka's company. So I'd write the check, send it to you. Yeah, my brethren, you in the scam too. So you cash that out, send the money back to me. That's a damn good scam. But that ain't gonna last. That ain't gonna last. All I know, she's a good chopper. She have the money. She can't do anything to her body. True, Judy. She have the money. She can't do anything to our body, anything to our face, anything to our, which is part of our body, our fingerprint, proper paperwork, new identity. But is she thinking in that way though? Or she's like these dudes out here? You know, there's a black comedian who said a long time ago, and I don't remember which one that said it. He said the difference between black and white or Hispanic car thieves, because stealing luxury cars is a multi-billion-dollar business. And a lot of cars get stolen, them change up VIN number, regenerate new, y'all know that, right? Regenerate new paperwork for it, ship them cars off to the Caribbean. They're in Jamaica being sold on a car lot as a luxury car. They're in other parts of the Caribbean or other parts of the world being sold, Africa even, as a car lot, on a car lot, as a legitimate car, when that's actually a stolen car from the US. That comedian years ago, he said, this is the difference between blacks and white people when they do the same thing. A white dude, he'll get a ring of friends together, train everybody, make sure everybody is proficient. You come on, Bob, you have 30 seconds to be in and out, and that's it. Soon as they get the car, they take the car straight to the people who are supposed to chop it up. In that movie when you say the garage door slide up, two man in there with some tall up gun, they drive in, they close it, they get their money, and they leave on foot, right? He said, black people, they steal somebody's new GLE AMG Mercedes Benz. First thing they do is they slide by the hood. They pick up Ray Ray, Tay Tay, Dirk, all of them jump in the same car. And then they got to go over Keisha block because they got to let Keisha see. So we chilling in a Benz. And then they got to stop by the spot so everybody see. And then before you know it, woo, woo, they get pulled over. 4 or 5 of them riding in a stolen car. Riding in a stolen car. The car is confiscated. The car goes back to the owner. They go to prison. Nobody gets paid. There's a big difference, right? So I'm wondering, like, the same thing with the money. When other people get them kind of money here, it's been 40 years that we have not seen this person. They seems to have dropped off the face of the earth. There's a story out there about some white men who stole millions and millions of dollars. One of them was a pilot. Stole the money, stole a plane, flew the plane over, y'all might have heard the story, flew the plane and then the plane like dropped off the radar because they parachute jumped out of the plane and were never seen or heard from again. And up to this day, they didn't find the money back or those people. So do we do it like them, or is she doing it like them, or is she out here just balling out of control? Louis Vuitton this, Prada that, Fenty this. You buy all the bottles at the bar. You want your body done, girl? I'm getting my body done too. Until they eventually get caught. It depends on how she doing it. Because if she doing it that way, she going to prison soon. But if she doing it white people way, she might be able to get away for a few decades. She might be able to get away for a few decades. DC Cooper. Let's One TV, big up yourself. Morning, fam. Yeah. Well, that's one on the board. I can't say I wish her all the best. Because you know how social media stay already. You have to be politically correct. Because people will report you, people will literally report you as a channel that is over here encouraging fraud. Worse, them are going to say is an immigrant. We are encourage fraud and encouraging illegal immigration and encouraging, and they have anti-government sentiment, anti-American, this, that, and the other. So we have to be careful how we speak. So I'm going to say it again. My disclaimer is I find it super comical. I'm laughing at it, but I am in no way encouraging anybody. I had my chance to do it. We were wondering what happened to our realtor, but now we know. I think that's what happened. I think she got caught. Yes, Audrey. At anyone who is listening, a little joke we make here. Yeah, because we're afraid of prison like puss. Very afraid of prison. We're afraid of prison like when rats see puss. And we're not encouraging anybody to get into anything. But I do think she escaped in nearby bushes because that's a Jamaican thing to do. And good luck finding her in the bushes. You know, so Jamaica have a whole heap of place you can hide, Sometimes, me not lie, sometimes I'm tempted. I told y'all before I joined the army, I wanted to be a hitman. For some reason, I tell myself, I'm poor enough. So even if I kill me, I have to go kill people, and take contract on people's head. So here what? I want to murder people for a living. I want to be the best hitman too. But then something in my head said, that's not what you really want to do, because eventually if you get caught, that's the rest of your life in a box. So I said, let me go at military instead. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLo.
Morning, family. How you doing?
I'm good. Are you gonna put up the StreamYard link?
Should I? Because I was saying, it's going good, and nobody is asking for it from the beginning of the chat.
I saw somebody in the chat asking for it.
Really? Okay, I'll put it up. But y'all, please remember to, not you, but the people out there, if you're gonna come into the chat or be on screen, you have to be speaking. All right, I have something to say. Don't just sit there the whole time. Well, you know what? I'm on the morning. If you want to come show off your face, do that too. All right, Murray, come never see.
All right, now go back in that chat.
All right, big up yourself.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Murray's message 411 TV. She's here in the chat as well. For those of you who don't know her or never been to her channel, if you see her name in the chat, just click our name, go over to our channel, subscribe, and share the love. Keep it in the family. Winter Talk commentator says, it's just like I said, we as black people, we can't do what everybody else do. We get watched. Everything we do, even when a white man can say worse on his channel about the president, we as immigrants, absolutely, and I'm well aware of that. That's why when the brother called the other day, and remember when I was telling y'all that I served in the military. This, you see my CIB? I'm super proud of my CIB. It's right here. You have to earn that. That's a combat infantry badge. And it's blue because we earn a blue cord that goes with our uniform, right? I am a member of that brotherhood, right? So I know the powers that the U.S. Army infantry, to be specific. I know the powers they hold, and not just knowing it from, oh, I served, but I didn't really see stuff. I've seen it tested to the ultimate test. I was there, boots on the ground. Thank God I made it out. Thank God I survived. Lost a lot of friends in it, but I know what this is about, right? So when me there and I talk like that, and this man gets on here telling me about you over there talking like they can't be this and them can't that. What you want me to do? Get on here and be all anti-American? It's not the same. It's not the same. I see Anglo Americans get on their podcast and they say stuff like that is completely against or super anti-American, and nobody bothers them. I'm an immigrant. Regardless of how long I've been here, regardless of where I served, regardless of what I've done to or for this country or with this country, I'm still an immigrant and I'm still super aware of that. And they will let you know that in a heartbeat. You slip one time, especially now, slip one time and you out of here, right? So no, we're not trying to even sound anti-American in any way possible. We just want to know, say, you hear me talking some stuff over here, we laughing, but we not encouraging anybody to do certain things because we know what the consequences and the outcome of those things are. I don't want to be that guy. It's like the people who them can send me a go in my yard anytime them ready. Me no business. And they know damn well they're not good back at their yard. You know, me know a whole heap of Jamaican will talk like this, you know. Fuck America. Them are going like, you know over there going like America everything. They be right here too, saying all that. And I could guarantee you, if them people pull up on them and say you leave today, it's gonna be one whole heap of balling. One whole heap of balling I go on. Well, me did want to leave, you know, but me never did ready yet. You wasn't ready yet? But is it true me not ready yet? Me not talk certain kind of way. All right. So we have to navigate this thing skillfully. That's what we got to do. Navigate this thing skillfully. Um, Copy. It's copied. We gotta learn, you know. Paste it over here, so it's pasted. There are steps to this. Then I have to go back over here on the next computer, go find it and pin it. I want to keep using the StreamYard thing so much that this becomes regular to where I just do it, bam, 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 and I don't even have to walk myself through it. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, so how you doing?
My good, my brother. All going.
My day I go.
Talk to her now. What?
I think she's gonna get busted soon.
You think she's gonna get busted soon?
Yeah, it's just something with us where we just can't sit down for so much money and just do something with it. We just can't do it. I just think that we weren't bred that way.
So we have to show off.
For sure.
We have to make everybody know so we have money now.
Yeah, I torture yourself, to still up and willing for money. And still I drive all the road and get that car.
Jeez,
Just can't do
that. That rough enough?
No.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Life short.
I come America, me all the years say, yeah, about some Chinese man with a drugs. And then we still find a work and them just getting a little shots and slippers.
I'm inside.
What is going on? But we have to pop off with neck, put on the biggest rims for the car, wear the biggest gold chain, Louis and all.
Yeah. True. But maybe she's one of a kind. Maybe she's super different.
How different?
Like she can sit down on the money for real or disperse it in a different ways.
Anxiety go okay.
Anxiety or kill her. I could have far in the bush around go, bro. Yeah, see, that's another thing. I wouldn't want to live like watch over my shoulder every day. If you're down a river or beard, you know, nobody don't know which part you're there, you know. You're down a river or beard, way up in the hills. As you hear like a breeze make the bush rattle, your heart will jump out of your chest, you know, cause you know how US military operates. They will come find you in the deepest bushes.
I think she can go to Jamaica, but not gonna know where her family or where she used to come from. And just lay and don't have no best friend.
And then the
Because
part
your
about how
best friend
people.
have a best friend.
All right.
No,
Paro.
nobody knows what your business. You must can learn keep a secret
And you know, people sell you out all the time.
all the time.
Could you keep that secret?
Because that friend no pin somebody's out to sitting because nobody
You could have keep that secret there?
with so much money.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know enough because when two head up on pillow, you're still out there, and you're girl.
Me could have keep that secret there, bro. Me could have keep that secret there. Me not have to tell somebody, say, I'm rich, you know.
And then the problem is that even if you have money in these bank accounts in Jamaica, you're gonna have bank teller when you show up and them going to your account to draw money. They must start me call phone call to us and disbursement address up yourself,
Yeah.
So everybody are in for.
The boy come from foreign, you know, I'm rich, you know. Him live up in the hills up there, so like that's one of my biggest things too. Like, and even here, I was trying to do some kind of deal let me see, about a week ago, and the first person the company sent to call me back was, as soon as I heard the accent, I'm like, this is a Jamaican. Remember when the internet did act up around here the other day?
Yeah.
I call that one next one. The cable act up around here. I call the internet company. Them say, we'll send a tech out to you. Guess who show up at my door? As me open my door, so SouFLo, I say you live. I was like, hold on. My order a washing machine dryer set for be delivered to the house, right?
Yeah.
Them say XYZ day it will be delivered. Our delivery is on its way. Just meet them outside and slide up in the garage door as they came up the driveway. The two man jump out that truck. Bumba clad, long time when I see him a G. Yo, so I saw you live. I was like, okay, so now them know which spot me live. No, the cable woman know where me live. No, like you can't hide. And now I'm worried. Like, I hope them know tell other people say I saw me live. You know?
Yeah, man. I mean, if them are reason, and even if you didn't hear somebody just saying, I was watching politician,
I live to. Oh, one next one. Our brother. Bro, our brother show up at my door and ring my bell. And when he ring my bell, him show up with our next brother. And me go out there. Him say, cause me know him for years. Cause me used to live right next to him parents' property. So me know him for years. Him bring somebody else come on my yard when me live now. I can ring me that. No, I know somebody. This isn't somebody that I hang out with. This isn't somebody that, I just know we know each other from over the years living right next door to each other. But me moved from that address a long time ago, right? But apparently him know which part me live. And him show up on the door with somebody else. Hear the man when we go outside. Yeah, man, I just show me, did I show him which part you're there still, He wasn't even trying to hide it. So me have a look on my face in a way. I was like, what? And the other brother must have seen it. So here the other brother, yeah, man, can me have a music project I work on, I want to do some promo for me and stuff. So I say, I could tell that he made that up on the spot just for ease the moment. Cause him see how me look, to the next brother. Cause that you come ring me doorbell for brother, for sure our next man which part me live. Me not even didn't know, say him know where me live. And him bring somebody else come show them which part me live.
What? You fixed up that camera.
Yeah, man.
Because you were saying multiple times that someone bring your belly. But
Yo.
back to the conversation.
Mm.
That's why many times us Jamaicans will pass up at a lot of opportunities
Mm-hmm.
because we can't wait and we don't believe in invest a long-term investment.
Mm.
Because somebody will offer you buy a property and you're making this and by 10 years you're they don't want to hit, they want it now. So they rather we expect that money now. So
Yeah.
it's just that's how we are. I'm a lot of black people.
Yeah, cause life
That's why
short and we don't know when we are going at the grave.
if you were to get back, money from one of them three, also our four parents,
Mm-hmm.
as them get the money, you'll see them just pop off them next to give back to the white man. Them all buy the dearest car, the biggest ring, gold chain, you name it, the dearest. Within a week, sometimes they're gonna be back broke.
Got it. Got it.
So that's how we are. So the people say it's really hard to spend so much money.
Some way though. Some way. So I'm hope well, maybe she's not that kind, but I understand what you're saying because it is true. Majority of our people seem to be that way. Yeah.
When you used to just go back to Jamaica when you're more younger,
Mm-hmm.
have you ever rent a car and just watch the car park outside Sydney's and you not drive it? Or you just can't there to see the car out there and not drive?
No man, me not think about it like that. I when I go to Jamaica, I'm there to move around. Me don't want to stay in no house. I'm, I'm out. I'm trying to see as much of Jamaica as I can before I leave. Think about it. Every time you go to Jamaica, you're on a vacation of sort, right? You have
Yeah.
limited time before you got to come back and get back to your daily grind, same routine life. That trip to Jamaica is that break from everything. Someone want to drive go over this so and over yeah so and see this and yam some of that kind of new food that I never have before and this that and the other. I'm not no I'm not look on car like that. So that never happened to me yet.
So you're gonna sit on
Where you would why would you
US.
go to Jamaica, rent a car and watch it sit on the Jerome?
Because you're just chilling, maybe tripped up a country with grandma, grandpa,
No, sir.
and so on.
Even then, me go on a road. I rode me there. That's why I tell people, all right. I said, listen, I'm not no celebrity who moves with a bag of man around me and a team and nothing. If you see me by myself. But I'm careful how I present myself because I'm really outside for real. You know. When I talk about people who are outside, I talk about them in a party outside. When I talk about I get around. So I have to watch how I even present materials concerning other people. Because last thing you want is somebody say, hey, eat that boy. And you hear that in public. You see that story the way they do for my mother. Me not tell you something that book you in a real life. And them think I don't think that right. So anybody who ever bought me, it's always been soft low. It's warm receptions. I'm not afraid to go nowhere because I'm not do nobody nothing. And people know me and know that my intentions are never bad. Like even if them think my intention bad, them will link me and say, yo, Flo, that story the way they do, you see, me not like it, brother, cause no so the thing go. And me give them a chance to tell me how it actually go, and then me fix it and put it the way how, or put their spin on it and say, here is another view, and give them a chance for them to speak for them side of a story too. You know what I mean? Not that I'm intimidated by people, but you have to be careful because you're not the baddest person in the world. You know what I'm saying?
I
Yeah.
know one time recently when you did the Deborah Black situation,
Mm-hmm.
I did some research and I realized that video when put out when both immigration and I
Mm-hmm.
was a very old video, about a year ago.
So yes,
And it may say, oh, you having family member calling, knowing that this is not even real. And I try to
whoa,
go.
wait, hold on. So are you saying that ICE did not take Deborah Brat into custody? It was staged at this.
I did a research and it was a long time video. And they're just using it to run in the media. And in family member recalling and chat, and this GoFundMe wouldn't be valid. But I just didn't say anything about it because I didn't do 100% research, but I did 75%. I may say, look how man forward and that type to spend it so far. When him himself knows that I scam them, I scam the people, them, I must not put
Cause
up
GoFundMe
GoFundMe.
did set up on all that, right?
Yeah, but as I said, I had to do 125% more research to do that.
Right.
I didn't talk about it.
All right. I won't expound upon that because I have done zero research, so me don't have no right to speak. But you say what you say, no, me I gonna do some research.
Yeah, man,
Because
some
what I say
waste
something.
man forward and I try discredit you.
Yeah, you remember
when
that,
he
bro? All that
himself
cost me.
Yeah, and I try
Wow.
style.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
And
you
I
know,
was
I
trying
feel
to
like
help. I was just trying to help.
yeah, you were, you send people.
Right.
Hey, man, tell you, little more, now you send only for people for go donate and they find out now. Now they cost you.
I never.
You were in
What? Next thing you hear, send me a part of the scam too. That's true.
Man, man, tell you.
You
You
can't,
good?
boy. You do good. Your foot tonight. You do bad. Your foot tonight same way.
Sometimes you just leave certain things happen.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
So, to the people, I mean, like that, it's not all the time it's best to do good. You have to just give tough love.
True. True.
Big up it.
All right, manners and respect, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
All right. Yeah. Escaped in nearby bushes. You can't win. You can't win. So 5up, did I mute 5up Mike? 5up probably not even in here no
No,
more.
man,
Let's see.
I'm a mute myself, man.
No.
You hear me?
On the stage. No.
You hear me, SouFLo?
Oh, I'm not there no more. All right. Remove. Yeah. Sometimes people don't want to come into the chat. The rapture of all God, Jesus, children is near. If you would like to go home soon, just say out loud, Jesus, I repent of my sins, and I make you my Lord and Savior, saved and loved forevermore. Well, thank you for that, but I'm not ready to go home yet. I have some things I do yourself first. I do yourself first. I will put that in there. Listen, me not ramp with God, but me just I say, wait there, Chuck. Yeah, Chuck, when already yet, Although when God ready for you, you can't say you're not ready, not true? Yeah, but we're not too ready yet. Me just say amen. All right, amen. Amen. I know 5up was there, but I think 5up left. I clicked. He's not there no more. 5up Sam wasn't hearing me. I wasn't hearing 5up either. And his mic wasn't muted or anything. I disconnected him because I couldn't hear anything. Oh! 5up, come back. And me know what? Me forget. You see this mic? Once this mic is plugged into the computer, it cuts off. Cause watch this now. Add to the stage. 5up a long time, they want to see you, real troublemaker. Oh, go on.
Greetings. Man, did that man, but you, Jerome, did that talk,
Well, on
but
there.
even,
All
you
right,
hear me?
so babe, how come I still not hearing?
I mean, I talk. Yeah, you not hear me none at all?
Okay, I find it. Can I hear you loud and clear now?
Yeah, hear me now?
No, man, I can't hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, me the day, man,
Yeah.
but you, Jerome, did that talk, me they want to interrupt by myself. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is the 5up.
Yeah, Jerome.
What I've been wanting to see. You know
See,
what I mean? Yeah. I tipped some ginger
wait,
tea
you're
this
not doing
morning.
nothing today. I chill out.
Yeah, me work hard this weekend, me I chill out today. You see me?
Man,
Sip some ginger
take
tea.
a rest.
I sip some ginger tea and have my vegetable. You see me? Vegetable and tea going
Hand in hand.
hand in
Yeah.
hand. Mm-hmm.
Instead
But
of drink some ginger tea, darky tea.
the woman there, choppy line. Now I
Yeah.
tell no lie. But this is by no means SouFLo view. This is solely my view.
Thank you,
I
sir.
wish she never get caught until about 40, 50 years. That means she live her life already.
See,
So I never say enough to catch her, you know. I say, about 40, 50 years.
That means she done live it out already.
Live it out, so do what no much after that.
Yeah, nobody now go past that too far neither.
Thank you very much.
Let me say what, 85 Shaban? So that means she a what?
She a 40 now.
She a 40 now. So 50 more,
Yeah,
she a
yeah,
90.
that one good 35, 40 year run. I mean, that's the least I can ask for right now from age 40. Only
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? A
Yeah,
lavish
90.
life, but then, I mean, you go
90
80,
then not
70,
want her rough.
75, 80, 90, you know, same difference. You live already. From 40, you live already, man. You
Them
live.
not even want her after that, because she gonna need infirmary and care.
And they
So them
probably
all
not going to pay for that. They
them all
probably not going to pay for
there.
that. Sure.
Hey, them say you look like Miss Alex.
Get
Now you
that few
better
time.
thank
Get that few time. And we get the Beady Man few time. We get the Chris Tucker couple time. We get all of them.
See it.
But I am me. Mr. Brown, last boy. That's
See
me.
it.
Yeah.
And them say Chris Tucker, Beanie Man,
Yeah,
Miss
man.
Alex.
And Mr. Lex, get that for quite a few times. Now I get older now, so I not really get it as much again. You know what I mean?
See it. You're growing to yourself now. Yeah. Bernie, yo, the Buffalo Soldiers said Bernie Tucker. That's Beanie Man,
Bernie,
boss one.
there's a Bernie Tucker. That's
Wait,
a good one.
one of them say you're a girl is too. They can't tell say you're a girl is too, bro.
No, I'm a good youth. I'm a good youth.
Yeah.
I'm a good youth.
Yeah.
I'm not no gallus. I
Saying.
know good something that. My
What you
I
say?
always just say I know good something that.
Yeah. We used to think I did good something one
I
time.
used to think so, but you know.
Yeah. We
My
grow and
mother
we know
said,
better.
nowadays my mother said, be a good, nice gentleman, be somebody's husband, you know?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
We have we
them
have
think they want
evolved.
me.
We have evolved.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
definitely. But
Yeah.
so far, I'm going to black my video for a minute, because, as me say, vegetarian here, so you know, give me a second.
Do your thing, bro. All right.
Yeah, man.
I think listing her as the main target. Hold on, there were somebody else said. I think listing her as the main. They probably they listed her as the main target because she's the main one behind it. She's the main one behind it. You know. Uh, I think listing her as the main target for FBI is a tactic to make her scared. Well, they said that she was the main one behind it, though. According to how the applications were filled out and according to how the money was dispersed, she was the main one behind all of that. I think this should be a point where enough Jamaicans who are involved in things like this are going to get scared too and probably back out of what they got going on right now. Anybody who chop and get a good piece of food out of PPP should have exited stage left by now because it ain't going good for nobody. It's been years now, and they still picking up people. So that should tell you what they coming for you. It's a long list, a thick file. They're going through it. They're going through it. Them just not reach you yet. Anybody on here who has been down that route, you did get a PPP fact check, and you know say you never get it the right way for the right reasons, I would advise you to start making some preparations to not be shankle and bungle up because they coming. They coming. The Buffalo Soldier Rest asked if they did they catch others yet. Did they catch others in her case? They haven't revealed that to us yet. You know how they work. They haven't revealed that to us yet. And that
Don't be
might get
surprised. With the information there, we more than likely catch somebody already.
and that somebody
More
they
than likely.
attack.
Attack, yeah.
Yeah. That somebody is probably confirming to them that she is the main one? You know, who put this together? That's what they're going to want to know. Who's the main person that put this together? See, when it comes to the federal government, they always will get their person, no matter how long it takes, says Blue Sapphire. Yeah, they haven't revealed yet, but I can bet. Well, my advice to anybody in here who said this: if you got money out of PPP, make your preparations. If your money didn't come in properly and your money wasn't for the right reasons, you know who you are. If y'all watch this, don't sit up, don't sit up there, no, cause them will come. I tell you, so them will come. I'm telling you, they're coming. Denny Sparks says, I got the pandemic employment and they asked me to prove it. I was eligible to get it. And years after, you see, because they're fishing, they're looking for who shouldn't have gotten it now. But them wicked enough because that's a setup. They knew damn well that it's too easy to verify a company and the company's earnings through the IRS. It's too easy. They wanted some people that they can put in prison for a long time. Mr. One man get 23 years the other day. I covered it on the other channel. So if y'all think they're not giving out big years for the PPP loans, they are. 23 years. You might as well kill somebody. Cause I've seen stories where people committed murder and they got less than 23 years. I'm here trying that the second time to be somebody's husband, says Winter Talk commentator. Andrew Price said, I did not get any, so I do not have to worry about PPP or VPP. No trapping for me. Rizabella, thank you for being here. Says, hello, SouFLoTV family. I'm late, but I'm happy to be here. Yeah, this is supposed to be a 2 hour live this morning. We have about 45 minutes left, or 40 minutes left, something like that. Mini Bob has entered the chat.
So from more I touch your father and the cat topic that come here about it last night and I heard
I'm gonna
about
touch
it,
it right now. I'm gonna touch it right now. All right, so we're off for the PPP thing. Let me let Mini Bob in at the stage. We're off for the PPP thing. Mini Bob,
What's up, so far?
I'm good, family. How are you?
Nothing much.
All right. Uh, good to see you, man.
Nice to see you too. I watch you every 4 days a week.
Seeing.
Bless up, Mini Bob.
Bring up yourself. Seeing. All right, so we're gonna talk about right now. We're gonna talk about the father topic. We were supposed to go into ISAT topic, not going to ISAT. Coming out, Jerome, are setting up on your marks. We're supposed to go into ISAT topic, but we're gonna leave that for last because there's a lot to be said on that. Let's run through this one. You know, five up, me not too one dwell upon that one too much because a touchy subject, and
Touchy
very
subject for you.
triggering.
Breeze through here, Wagwa.
Yeah, we'll breeze through it. This is a warning before we even get into it for those who, if I'm gonna say it one time, sexual abuse or anything like that is a part of your history, you might be super triggered by this story. So brace yourself or exit stage left if you have to. Our intentions are not to trigger anybody in that manner, and we're gonna get into the story now. All right, all right. So the person says, I will be 18 years old very soon. Not 18 yet. And I'm still living with my stepmother and my father. My mother is in rural Jamaica and she was not treating me well. So when I was 15, I asked my father if I can come and live with him and his girlfriend. My father was very busy, driving a taxi for a man. I got involved with the man I got involved with a man who used to come to the house to see my stepmother. He told me that if I did things with him, he would give me anything I wanted. He, however, insisted that I should keep this relationship a secret. A minor, I know. I had an old cell phone, and he told me that he would give me a new one. So I told my stepmother that this man promised me a phone, and she told me that I should not take the phone. She asked the man why he wanted to give me a new phone, and he said that he offered because he saw me using an old phone. I still took the phone from the man. Whenever I left for school, I would remove the SIM card from my old phone and I would put it in the new phone. However, I changed the SIM card when I got home. So one day I was in my room and I had forgotten to change the SIM card and to put it in my old phone. And my mother heard the phone ringing and then she came into the room and she saw me on the phone. When she saw me on the phone, now she see her upon the new phone, When she saw me on the phone, she also heard the man's voice, because that's the man she was talking to, who our mother told her, or stepmother told her not to take the phone from. She did not say anything to me though, but late into the night when my father came home, she told him, and both of them came back into my room, and my father asked me about the man and about the phone. My stepmother told my father that she believed that I was having intercourse with this man. And I told them, no, I wasn't. That was not happening. However, I was lying because I did. I did it twice with the man. My father said that he can find out, and my father did something to me that I never thought he would do. He told my stepmother to hold my hands, and then he said that I should spread my legs. And I refused to, but he told me that if I didn't do it, I would have to come out of his house. So I opened my legs, and my father inserted two of his fingers into my the word there. He then said that you're a big woman. And then he asked me again whether I had intercourse with this man. And I told him and my stepmother the truth that time. Yes. He inserted his fingers and then said, oh, you're a big woman. Damn. My father took the phone and he used a hammer and he mashed up the phone to pieces. He then asked me when and where did I do this with this man, and I told him that too. And he told me that he was going to send me back to rural Jamaica, back down the country, but his girlfriend, who became my stepmother, begged him not to do it and to allow me to stay at the house. I wrote a letter to my father begging him for forgiveness, and he told me that I disappointed him. This man, who was a friend of the family, he doesn't come around anymore. My aunt sent me a new phone. She lives in Miami. I did not tell anybody what my father and my stepmother did to me, and I cannot forgive my father for inserting his fingers. He is not a doctor. I asked my stepmother why she agreed for him to do so, and she said that I am a little girl and I shouldn't be having intercourse already. She said that she said she was 21 years old when she first started. I'm going back to school, and my father is watching me much more now than before. I have to call him whenever I am leaving school, whenever I'm leaving for school, and he tries to pick me up every day. Sometimes I have to wait over an hour for him to come and get me. Although I promised him that I would behave myself, he said that he does not want anything to happen to me, and he cannot afford for me to get pregnant. He has two other children. They are boys. I love them. Sometimes they come to the house and spend some time. When I become 18, I do not want to stay here though. Can you give me some advice, please? Ross. Uh, you know, disgusting. That's the first word that comes to my mind. Super disgusting. 15, 16, 17. and you are her dad, and you did that, like force her to have to open her legs so you can insert finger, you're no better than the guy who she gave herself to. Matter of fact, you're worse. Yeah, you're worse. And I know people are gonna say, "How could you be worse, SouFlo?" You're worse, bro.
Very worse.
Yeah, he's worse because she although she is young and made a rash decision, and the law says she wasn't supposed to be old enough to consent, and it's an adult and she did, she still did it in her mind out of her willingness to do it. When you did what you did to her as her father, that was against everything she ever wanted. Like, there was no agreement on her part. It was either you're homeless and go back in a country, go live, or find somewhere to go, or open up your leg them. And then you have her stepmom holding her down or holding her hands while you did that. You violated her as her dad. So that even worse. That's even worse. Now, this story right here is a spin-off of a real story that we actually did on this channel. And for those of you who've been around here for a while, if you go on YouTube, not YouTube, yeah, if you go on YouTube search engine, and I think I'll pull the video up and give you all the head, the topic of the video or the title of the video, so you can go see. Because in it had a real phone call from a real woman, and then her family members called. So a sister actually went through this in a real life for true, and it traumatized her. It traumatized her. When I was doing that story with her, I said, it's not like I don't believe you, but people can call in and say anything. And she said, I'm trying to get my life together, SouFlo, and I'm going to call my father. I have a conversation with him about it, and I'm recording the conversation just so you can see that this actually happened. People go through some things in life, right? That you listening to their story, you're thinking, ain't no damn way. This can't be real. But people's life sometimes are that tumultuous and sometimes that amazing, even to the other end of the spectrum, that it leaves you in disbelief. I don't know what part of a father would make a man think, say, that's okay to do that to your daughter. Like, I don't want to know if you're doing it that bad. As your dad, that's like my worst nightmare anyways. I have two girls, right? And that's my worst friggin' nightmare. I keep telling my daughters, and I know that this is foolishness that I'm talking, right? Because that's not how the cycle of life goes. So I'll look at my daughter now, who is 11, and I look at my daughter, who is 5, Melania and Nika, and I'll say stuff like, you will start dating when you're about 25. You won't be going anywhere until you at least have a bachelor's degree in the field of your interest. You won't be but we know say a life go. They're gonna be teenage girls one day. They're gonna want to date eventually, go out with the boy they like to go see a movie. They're gonna want to, as they get older, go into college or whatever, they're gonna want to be around, others, like a boy, them kind of something there. Welcome, Marie. So me as a dad,
Hello.
I try to say these things, but me know say I know so it a go. But at the same time, do I want to know that bad if my daughter is 14, 15, if she active? What the hell is my finger in her supposed to tell me about her being active? If how does that confirm if she
SouFLo.
is or not?
SouFLo. He is not a
Yeah,
gynecologist. He's not a
he had no
gynecologist.
right. He had no
He
right.
he treated her like she was property. To me, that's
Yep.
something a
Mm,
slave owner would do. Like she's property, like
mm,
she has no right, like he owns her.
absolutely.
That's
Could you
that's
imagine
so degrading.
psychologically what
And
that
then
did to
for
her?
and then for the mother, what frame of mind is the mother in to actually allow her husband to do that? You
Still,
You
mean to
there
tell me
holding
you
her
can't
hand.
talk to your husband and talk some sense into him because you're a woman yourself? So you mean to tell me you wouldn't feel a way If your father did that to you and you can't stop the man and say,
That's not
we're
right.
going too far, maybe we should take her to the doctor and let them do it.
Right. Right.
If you feel that way, take her to the doctor. I went through certain situations with my teenage little girl. I was so worried that she would be a teenage mother like I was. So I was
Yeah.
always watching and making sure that her monthly was regular and everything. And anytime I had any suspicions, even though she told me she still was a virgin, I
Mm-hmm.
took her to a pediatrician and had them check her to see if what she was telling me was true.
Right.
I didn't violate her.
But that's what I say. As a novice who does, he's no medical professional. He drives taxis.
Exactly.
Uh, how
Why would you even have the thought of doing that to your own daughter? If you
right?
have the thought to do that to your own daughter, then you could possibly molest her yourself.
Exactly. That's where I'm going with this. That's where I'm going with this. Me not even want to see my 5-year-old daughter naked. Like when she come out of, I told you all this before. And some people got on this platform and they were like, SouFLo, you're too extra. Y'all got too far. Call me beard my daughter. I don't. I don't. And I know some people do, but I don't. I just leave it for her mom to do. My daughter that's 11 now, she can't never tell you that I bathed her. And she's 11. You never bathed you when you did a 5, you never bathed you when you were 6. You don't remember? No, because I never did. Never. Leave it for their moms to do. My sons, they can tell you. But beard them. And I have the same thing they have. And I teach them how to clean themselves properly because I have what they have. And then after they reach a certain age, Kai right now is 7. I don't bathe him. I instruct him on what to do so he cleans himself properly, but his hands off. You know what I
So
mean?
so flow legally. If
Mm.
law enforcement would hear her tell her story, what would the law enforcement person advise her to do as far as the law? What law did he break by doing that?
As far as her father is concerned,
Yes.
as far as her father is concerned, he would be going to jail. He would be going to prison. He can't do that.
I'll leave it right there. I have to clock in. Have a great day, everybody.
All right, my friend. Have a good one.
So far, there is
Yeah,
no
he would be going to
consequence.
jail or prison. There is no
There,
what?
there is no enough consequence for these people who molest these pygmies. There is no consequence. I have a friend,
The
she was
consequences are not severe enough, right?
exactly not severe enough. When I go talk to a therapist, I go, one of my kids get molested. Me will kill them. They wouldn't be
Hmm.
surviving in this life.
You
You're
see,
not
in
gonna
our
do
culture, hear me, Mini Bob. In our culture, it's super important to have this discussion about this particular topic because, in actuality, there are a lot of people within our culture who are parenting who actually do believe that they have the right to do exactly what that father did to his daughter. And I'm telling y'all right now, don't do it. You don't have the right to do it, and you shouldn't do it. If you
Shouldn't do
are a
that.
father and it concerns you that much that your daughter is getting involved in that way, nothing in your mind should say put fingers in that area to see nothing.
For
Nothing.
no reason at all.
For no reason at all. Nothing. There's no justification for it. Yes, in Jamaica, in Jamaican culture, there are lots of parents who think that. The mothers think that. The fathers out there thinking that too. I used to think it was a mother thing alone. But the fathers are out there thinking that too. And I'm finding out more and more that they actually do it.
Me not even know so that is a thing.
Oh, it's a thing, bro. It's a
Never know so
thing.
that is a thing. That's crazy to me.
What would I make you want to go up on the little daughter now?
That's
I don't
crazy.
even want to see her if she come out the shower. I don't even want to see her with no clothes on. Matter of fact, I don't even want to see my daughter with clothes on if the clothes look like it a show too much or nothing.
We didn't even, that just when got somebody who wants to see me that time and nothing too short.
Yeah, fully clothed, I still not even want to see her. So I don't know how a
Yeah,
man
man.
about him big daughter under that and think it's okay. And there are others who might watch this video. You are the same thing and you do it too and you think it's okay and underneath to stop. Underneath to stop because it's not okay. There's nothing to justify it. So the young lady is asking for some advice. She's still living at the house. She said that she wrote a long letter to her father begging for his forgiveness because she feel like she let him down. Because he trying to raise her the right way, right? I'm not trying to raise her the right way. I'm saying no want to see nothing happen to her and don't want her to get pregnant, embarrassing teenage pregnancy, all this stuff. So she felt like she let him down. And it was a family friend who predators are everywhere too. That's another thing we need to look at because it's a family friend, and you see how the family friend got his way in. Just cordially drop by the house. Well, Angela, how you doing? Everything good? Yeah, man. What market there? Him good? Him there work? All right then. Well, tell him to stop by here. Boy, look on the little girl now. It's an old phone that she have, man. The phone that out from about 5, 6 years ago. Me get her a better phone, You see that? She want a new phone, man, an up to date phone. We get her a better phone, and use that angle to get in there. Y'all
The
gotta be
father there and them
careful
forget
about
chop off.
people coming around. I was just telling my son last night, Kai. Me and Kai laid down before we go sleep, and me I said to Kai, said, because we were actually watching a video where a man was walking the police through the details of how he killed his best friend. And so I was saying to Kai, and Kai is 7. I said to Kai, I said, this is why you don't see daddy with friends. Do you ever see me hang out with anybody? Do you ever see anybody come to the house to come check me? And of course, all those he says no. And I said, because friends will turn against you in ways that you never expect. He's 7. I want him to know that already. So he grow up wise in who he selects to be a friend. As adults, when we're raising families, we have to be even more selective if we have children in our house as to who gets to come around. You know what I mean? And that could even extend to fellow family members. Could that be your uncle? Could that be your big cousin? Could that be your other brother? You know? And we just dismiss a lot. Like everybody come on in. You know that most people who end up in these situations, it was a family member or close friend who perpetuated these types of abuse. That's what the record shows, you know what I'm saying? So why would we not be looking at everybody? Now back to the father now and what he did to his daughter. My advice for her, you still in school, try to do your best. Education really does offer opportunities to change your life. Try to do your best in school that you can do, but you're ready to go at 18. I wouldn't say just jump out into the world at 18, but probably it's better for you to not be there too. I wouldn't want to be there. Now, if you look for my father now every day, knowing that he did that, I wouldn't want to be there anymore. No. Whitaker Talk commentator says, yeah, that's great. Kathleen Simmons says they should have reported a family friend to the police. And she didn't mention that either. He just doesn't come around anymore, they say. She said he's no longer a friend of the family. He doesn't come around anymore. See, that's our next thing, Because I know for sure some I got prison. You see, that's why I don't keep friend because I would be friend killer then. Because you're not going to get away with it for me. And I'm not going to just report it to police. You're
You
violating a
see,
big
Absolutely.
way.
that's a problem in Jamaica. Too many times them stuff happen and it go like this. no
Yeah,
report, no make, and it just dead down. That's why people now want. That's why the girl choose the medium. Or she come out to talk.
true,
You understand? I said too much time. There's
true,
something up now. We need to change that down there. That needs to change.
true.
Yeah, I'm talk. I mean,
Nothing to come out that, bro.
it's not a easy thing to talk about. But to the right people, you talk to who can do something about it. You know what I mean? Not
And to
just
the to the
not
vic-
say nothing and
and
make
the
it just
victims
go.
them,
So,
they shouldn't. The victims
so
them, they grow up seeing the perpetrators not being punished, so that this all this lead to, is more victims just keeping them secret, cause why tell? I've seen it happen to so and so, nothing no come out right. It happened to me, nothing no come out right. Why even bother telling? You know? Like Millie Bob did, I said the consequences. It's like there are no consequences a lot of the times.
And
We kind of
so
encourage them to walk, Why?
far,
Yes.
do you ever hear there is a Jamaican woman a long time ago? Our story is on YouTube. Um, she been
Mm.
molested by her stepfather, and our daughter's been molested too. And then when she went to her mom and said, "Why your husband is doing this?" She said, "Why is your uh, daughter's running around with the underwear in the house?" And I went, "Are you out of your crazy mind? Your granddaughter's been molested, and you said yes?" But
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
I also
It's
have a
like
I also have a friend who was kidnapped by by her dad. Her dad molested her for like 8, 9 years before she tell one of her friends says she went to a group home.
her own dad,
Oh, pardon me?
her dad.
Yeah, her dad kidnapped her from her mom and bring her back
Mm.
to the East Coast and molest her and buy her like whatever she wants. And her stepmother used to abuse her. And after a while, when she get older, she have cancer. He came right back, and she gone now. So you know,
Boy, I saw going on. But yeah, well, we're gonna get off that one. I just want to say though, anybody out there, man, we didn't mean to trigger you in this way, but if you are somebody who have experienced this, then this is traumatic. I couldn't imagine going through that as a young female, and this is somebody who hasn't hit 18 years old yet. She's asking for advice, like she's between a rock and a hard place. Don't want to go back to her mom's house. Things are good at her dad's house, except for that one incident there. And that's the crazy part too, is that the dad, by her account, is a good dad. He works hard, he supports her, he never touch her no other time any other way. Uh, he's going above and beyond to make sure she's safe in her travels. He's altered how he used to, like she used to go to school on her own, right? Now he tries best to bring her there every time and try to do his best to pick her up. Even if you have to wait, I will come get you instead. You know why you trying to minimize the amount of people that'll be around her outside of school, etc. Uh, it's like her mind must be in so much turmoil because it's the same person who is trying so hard to protect her and who is showing her all the things we associate with love. At the same time, that one action right there I don't know what else to tell her, man, other than follow your little heart. You say you don't want to be there. You're not easy in your spirit being there. Plan, but plan properly, because the world is a whole different place. You could jump out of the frying pan right into the fire too and experience even more abuse. That happens to a lot of people who run away from home early, leave early because they just don't want to be there no more, whatever. Uncomfortableness is there. How does let's end this one like this and then I go to my last topic. From the audience, how does she and her father move forward from here? Because she's still at home. Now, I need everybody, right? How does she and her father move forward from this? Because she's still at home. She still says he's a good dad.
So far,
But
there is no moving over.
there's no
There is
getting past.
no, no, no,
You know what I'm
no.
saying? Let me take this call. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, Sofa.
Morning, family. How you doing?
Good, you?
I'm good. Talk to it, huh?
Oh, before you move on,
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of weird if the dad did that. And we watch this movie, stuff I mean, I read that. The father, just like how him watch her go everywhere, no one should talk to no man or nothing,
Mm-hmm.
because him did want her for himself.
Mm.
So, but said it's kind of weird. Why the father go even think to put him finger in her in the first place? You know what I say?
Yeah. But now we
So
reach the point when that happened already now. So when they, how do they move forward from here?
I don't know how you could move forward from that, because that's weird because him live with her. But me just get what me I say. Like some father, say their father will do that. They don't want the kid talk to nobody because he might watch her for himself.
Yes. Yeah.
So even though she has said she might have been saying protective, follow her go when I want she talk to no man, no, it could be that other way.
Right. But she not read that energy there. And she's never read that energy from her dad. You know? She never said
But we sure said she never read saying that push up his finger in her.
yeah.
We never know.
Yeah.
You never know nowadays.
See, y'all gonna say there is no moving on, but here's the thing, right? Life goes on, so she will have to move on. She's not gonna die today. So how does she move forward? I see
But yeah,
Charlotte's Law said talk to a guidance counselor.
but the thing is, it's triggering because she still lives with him. Maybe if she did have somewhere else to go and she not see her father, then it would have been easier to move on.
Yeah, but she don't.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, that was what I was saying.
All right.
All right, later.
Later. Yeah. That relationship is never going to I forget something can do all them something. Yeah, hold on there. Let me see. Okay. See that? Lady J says she will have to have a conversation with him. That's what I'm looking for. You know, she will have to have a conversation with him. Nan says, is it possible that her dad already took it there and she hasn't mentioned it? I don't know. I'm trying to read into off of what was given us by Les One says she might be better off not having a relationship with her dad at all. Wait, there, let's one I'm muting. Oh, let's one come off of the screen. Okay.
She'll need one mediator if she'll have one conversation with her father about that. Because you know how Jamaican parents are. They think they're right about everything and they're justified in everything.
Where's the babe?
So, me say, I feel like she's going to need a mediator if she'll have conversation with her father about that. Because
Wifey said she thinks she's going to need a mediator if she's going to have a conversation about that with her dad because
Jamaican parents always seem like they feel like they're always right and justified in certain things that they do and ignorant to certain facts. So I feel like she's gonna need a mediator, whether that be a counselor or a therapist or something.
mm-hmm.
If she's gonna have a conversation with her dad about it, she's going to need somebody that's mediating that conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think, yeah.
And I feel like she's gonna meet her before the rest of her life because that's a
See,
big violation.
all right. So you think they could move forward, but
You don't know about this could move forward. I feel like
no.
she would probably build up an indifference to her dad.
Let's Bon TV says she might be better off not having a relationship with her dad.
I,
I
I,
don't see them having a relationship after that.
You
that's
Yeah.
don't see them
true.
having
I'm
a
gonna see
relationship
it.
after
No, I'm
that,
gonna see
bro.
it. I'm gonna see no, no. I'm gonna
She
see
may
that.
be indifferent now.
Mm,
She indifferent because she young and she don't have a choice and she has to be there. But when
Right,
she gets
right.
older, she wants a relationship with him because that's a violation.
Yep,
And you're violated by the person that is supposed to be protecting you. So that's a whole different type of trauma.
exactly. And
Raleigh
that's what
Iron.
she's struggling with right now. The fact that she know
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that's daddy and he was supposed to be the person who me can't even say, the family friend did I do this at this point in time. Why you're not
Hmm.
better than him right now at this point? You're not better than him. You're worse than him. 'Cause at least him ask you wall her down. Yeah, you
Right.
understand? You understand
Right.
where me I come from? It's
Yeah.
yo,
Yeah.
it's a lot of trauma that she have to deal with. You know what I mean? And you know, may just not see a relationship with them happening after she reach a certain age. She just there
Now
now
the,
just
oth-
because.
the other side to that, though, if we are saying we not see no relationship, the other side to that is our father and daughter will never be friends again, never be father and daughter again for
Yeah,
life.
that type of vibe. That type of vibe. And them stuff they happen more than you think. Them stuff they do happen.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? Not for reason like this, but there are people who don't deal with their parents just like that. And parents who don't deal with their kid for whatever reason. But that stuff happens, not uncommon.
Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning. Hello. All right. Them not ready. Uh, Chanel Brown says they can have a relationship, but it's going to need a professional to handle it. Most people are very uneducated about what SA is. Yeah, and about how the mind handles it and these kind of things. Um, boy, me not know. Me not imagine doing. I love my daughter so much. I couldn't imagine doing something that would fracture our relationship for the rest of our lives. But that is something that could fracture their relationship for the rest of their lives. Everybody can't admit that. And so he just did like the ultimate. He fractured the relationship between him and his daughter for the rest of their lives. No matter how long she lived, she will always not forget that. Damn. All right. I would say get some professional help. May I try leave the topic on a good. You see, because we know that people really tune into the platform and actually really listen. We'll try leave the topic on a sensible note. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo.
Good morning, family.
How are you? Good morning, fam. The reason why I'm calling, right, is
Hmm.
we're still on the subject of the daddy, the their situation, right?
Yes.
Okay, so here it is. When our children become a certain age and they decide that they want to have sex,
Hmm.
there's nothing that we can do about it as parents. The thing is, once they start reaching that age 11, 12, especially young boys, we need to start educating them and telling them that the things that they're hearing from their other little friends
Hmm.
it's not true. Remember now, all of the kids have a phone in their hand, so they're also very exposed to porn. More so, when in our generation we had to go digging to find books and stuff like that. They have it at their fingertips, and there's nothing that we can do to block the information that they're getting where that is concerned, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with our children, parents have to really sit down and talk to their children about these things. And with the girl that got touched by her dad, there's no moving forward. There's no, she's gonna have to get counseling to get her mind in a place where she can move forward from that trauma. The one person that you expect to protect you no matter what, the two people that you expect in your life to protect you no matter what are your parents.
Right.
And when they violate that trust, there's no getting it back. When you because when you're a child, that's who you depend on. That's who you depend on to have your back. And if they violate you in that way, there's no coming back from that. You have to, she's gonna have to secure counseling and move forward.
Yeah.
No father should be touched. If your daughter come to you and tell you down there is on fire, there's a rush down there. Okay, come, let me carry you to the doctor.
Right.
My kids, I taught my kids by the time they were 3 how to wash themselves down there. And you know what I would do so slow?
Mm-hmm.
I would go into bathroom with them when it was their bath time. I would soak up their upper body and their legs, and then I would rinse them off. I would soak them up again the second time, rinse them off, and then I would tell them, all right, now what did mommy teach you about washing your private parts? These are my private parts. Nobody should touch them. Nobody should see them. Nobody should show me theirs.
Right.
So the thing is, it takes a lot of education on a parent trying to impart the information to their kids, and you have to try to keep your kids safe. It's not every Uncle Bobby or Uncle Tommy can come around and smile up, and you people them safe. And when the people that come out the yard, the people that have to find them room.
Right.
If Uncle Bobby in at the house or Uncle Tommy in at the house or Auntie Beverly or whatever in at the house, them no forgot your baby, you pick me them room door. If you want to keep your child liquid or you go to the door yourself as the parent and get your child. You have to protect your kids from everybody, even the people that you have coming into your house to do repairs.
Right.
Everybody, in my mind, everybody is a predator when it comes to my kids. Even when them go to school, me tell my people them say when them go to school and they have to go bathroom,
Mm-hmm.
don't if them other peers come in at the bathroom and tell them, "Can you show me a thing?" Left out of the bathroom, no go bathroom. Me
Right.
have one daughter, she's 16 now. When she pull up in the driveway, she a tear down the place to reach her bathroom.
Cause she hold it.
Cause she hold it. And she hold it for, and I know that it's not good for her. But until they understand the consequence, because you see the thing is when you're touched, you cannot be untouched.
Right. This is not
Once
something.
somebody
That to
violates,
know. Is that to know?
you
This is
can't
something
get rid of
where.
it.
This is something where. Why that one you hard because this is not something where you just easily get past or
Somebody can't get past it,
yeah.
man.
There's no easy solution to this. To how them move forward is a trick question right now.
There's no moving forward. They have to get counseling to deal with the trauma. But there's no moving forward. There's no more, you're my dad. This is why you see there's no more that daddy thing. You go from being you're my dad to you're my father. Because there's a difference between being a daddy and a father.
Right.
Because any man could be a father.
Right.
But when you're on the ground and you're there with the child and you're doing the things, you are a dad.
Right.
There's a whole different.
Why?
So there's no moving forward. None. Nothing, because there's nothing that you can tell someone that's been violated to soothe it. There's nothing you can say to them.
There's no undoing
Nothing.
it. There's no rearranging it. There's no
There's no
changing it.
rearranging it. And
It's set
people
just
that
like
have
that
been
permanently.
that have been traumatized, they own that trauma. It's like, like how you buy a house or you buy a car, you can get rid of that house and you can get rid of that car.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot get rid of that trauma. You just learn how to cope with it.
Damn.
You cannot get rid of it. So this is why people have to you have to keep your children close to you, and you have to have those hard conversations, and you have to tell your kids, like I would tell my kids, listen, if you want to have sex, come talk to me. If you're gonna smoke weed, come with me and you smoke it together. Don't never smoke it yet.
So,
Anything you want, try come with me and you try first. It's that it's a point where I have to protect my kids at all costs. And when teenagers want to have sex,
mhm,
there is nothing you can do to stop them so slow. Nothing.
yeah.
Just nothing you can do to stop them. And with the influence of porn in their life,
Mhm.
there's nothing because porn triggers those feelings.
Yeah. Yeah.
And with the influence of porn in their life, there's nothing you can. The only thing you can do to maybe curtail is to have those, and it's very difficult. Sometimes my mother is like, "What are you telling these kids?" I'm like, "Listen, better me tell them than somebody else out the road tell them. I treat them and fool them."
She said
And it
that.
has to start, and it has to start very early because they're going to school with kids that have already been traumatized themselves.
Damn.
So when you're violated in that way, there's nothing that can take it back. You cannot sell it. You have to keep it. You have to learn how to deal with it, how to compartmentalize it, and you also have to learn not to let it affect you and impact the rest of your life negatively.
This child is in a rough place, right? To answer some of these, I appreciate your contribution, Carla. Thank you.
Okay, have a good day.
You too now. To answer some of the questions that are being asked, where is her mom? Somebody is saying the stepmother is just as guilty. Okay, so I'm looking at the story, right? It says her mom was mistreating her. She was being abused by her mom. So she asked her dad if she can come live with him and his woman, and the dad took her from her mom, and the mother said, "Go on," right? So that's how she ended up with her dad. Now she don't want to go back to her mom because she was being abused there, right? Her mother have new man and all these things. She was being abused by her mom. She ends up with dad. The difficult thing about the stepmom here is when the dad commanded the stepmom to hold her hands, right? So him can do what him all do. When the dad did it and then him say, "Oh, you're a big woman," what does that tell all of us, right? Him probably got there and say loose and him like, "Oh, so you do this regular, like you all the time. You're a big woman. Pack your things and leave. Go back to your mother." It was the stepmom who said, "No, don't do that to her." And the same woman, we're holy. You see, in our culture, love is so wrapped up in pain in our culture. That's a difficult conversation to have, boy. Love is so wrapped up in pain. I tell a lot of people all the time, right? You see me keep my grandmother, Miss Ruby, picture right here, so my Clevie picture right here, so we used to get beaten. I'm mean, talk about old school Ross beating, not no new days. It No, we're talking about some beating where if you beat your picking them like that today, especially in the US, you are 100% plus 10 going to prison, beaten. Boss head up and beaten. We used to get beaten. As an adult, I don't hold it against them. I was a wild little boy. Like I was very curious and experimental and want to know what this do, that, and no excuse me I make for them to beat me so. But what gone bad already can't come good again. That gone already. They've lived their lives. Understanding how they got to that place in their mind that this is how you raise children. Spare the rod and spoil the child kind of thing, right? Right. But now I just got to make sure I don't beat my children the same way. Them kind of levels of beating there. Where did I go on? That's all. With that said, somebody said on the screen that her dad, her dad, the fact that he initiated it is probably because he saw it done. Love and pain is so mixed up in our family. I tell people in our culture, I tell people all the time, although I would get enough beaten, you see my grandmother, and one thing I always love her for, the beating them did enough, but you always got an explanation with the beating. After the beating was done, should I send you go about your business after you get your ass beat and you go cool down, and then she call you back again, and Miss Ruby would have said, sit down right here, so. Let me tell you why. You know why grandma had to beat you? This is me impersonating my grandmother. You know why grandma had to beat you? And me did it. I said, no, grandma. And she said, you don't know why I just beat you? I just beat you because I don't want you to grow up lying all the time. And every time I ask you something, I already know the answer, but you lie and you lie repeatedly. And if you lie like this all the time, here she goes. She said, a liar with teeth, and a thief will kill. Me little me never understand that. I've said this to y'all before. But as I grew older now I understand. So that was their method, but she at least took the time to explain. You know what I mean? Don't lie to me. If you don't and don't practice lying either. Just say what stuff is and make who hear it have to deal with it from this forward. Right? You Ross, yes, Charlotte's Law. We used to get a lecturing in a the beating. And them beating their heart. Now I'm getting beat and it's painful, but this is the person who I look at as nobody will ever love me in this lifetime like this lady. Because after my years of not being mischievous anymore or being mischievous, you grow out of them something that you get bigger, you move on, you have family of your own, you're grown now, and your grandparents still was there all throughout them years there. Like my grandmother, if she see anyone, I wish she just bust out a cry. And we're like, Grandma, why you crying? You know, me just come see you a couple of months ago. I'm back again. And she's like, yes, baby, but every time I see you, it's like me remember when you did play up on the veranda and you did step on the car and you did step on the car and you did step on the car and you did step on the car. So this is one of the things I like about using StreamYard. Thanks to I'll big her up more when I remember her name. She always told me this. She said, "I see you keep losing your live, but when you use StreamYard, even when it buffers and it stick, it save your live and bring you back to where you dropped off at." Yeah, man. But my grandmother would have explained why you are getting beaten, and it would have always make sense. It would always make sense. So even though she was doing all that beating, she remained that kind of person. She cried when she see me. She said, "Me never know say you would get so big and so tall and so strapping and strong. Look for me, baby, you still, you in my eyes, you still that little boy, She still call me my nickname and everything like that. But so many of us have had to try to separate. Like, but you love me so much, but you hurt me so bad, kind of thing. That's deep in our culture. That's deep in our culture. You love me so much, right? But you hurt me so bad. And you can feel the love, but you feel the hurt too. So you can imagine what that do to the mind, right? We grow up as a set of people where start feel like the love come with pain. Love and hurt go hand in hand. Like, yeah, the person will love you can hurt you too, and it, it's just one big confusion. All me still a try make sense enough I, you know. Uh, Sam and Madeline said that's why she cannot be in that house. She's already traumatized and she needs help ASAP. Why? Somebody asked if this was a case out of Jamaica or if this was in the US, because you feel like I have a responsibility to report. This is in Jamaica. This is a case out of Jamaica. This is a case that was published publicly, but it's a case out of Jamaica, right? We know how Jamaica stay already. Yeah, a lot of hurt people out here hurting other people. With her. Talk about it, no man. That part there, no. There's a lot of hurt people out here hurting other people. That part too. Not for nothing. I just thought about this, I think last night. And I didn't want to put it just on sisters, but I wanted to speak specifically to sisters, hoping they wouldn't take it the wrong way. And I was going to say, don't have any children if you've had a tumultuous relationship with, not relationship, but if you had a tumultuous upbringing and you haven't worked through all your traumas, don't have any children yet. Don't have any children yet. Try to take your time and sort yourself out first before you bring babies into the world. Because you might tell yourself, I'll never do that to my kids. I'll never do that to my kids. It's the first thing you're going to do to your kids. The first thing. Because that's what was done to you. And it will take a conscious mindset for you to, after you do it one or two times, say, say, me always said this, I would never do this to my kids. Me do it, I go try hard enough to do it again to them. You, now you find yourself with kids trying to work out your traumas. If you're a conscious person, if you're not a conscious person, you will just repeat the cycle and don't care, right? Well, I saw me grow, and I that me I do, cause that me know. Trust me, what was done to you growing up is so embedded in your mind, you won't even believe how embedded it is in your mind. So everything you do will be like your reaction is instant and second nature, you know, instant and second nature. You're gonna end up doing the same thing to your kids. So man, as the portal for as the portal where we step out from beyond this world into this world, the mothers, because it's from your womb, right? Come us, all of us. You hold the key. You're a powerful woman. You hold the key. So if you sort yourself out first, properly, work through your traumas first, heal first, it will allow you to be able to better select who to procreate with, lessen the chances of abuse entering your life. It'll go so far. And then even then, if things don't go perfectly as planned, you will still have the capacity to raise your children without putting abuse in it. But if you don't, just like the comment just said, you're just going to be another one of those that actually do hurt your children. No matter how hard you say a non do it, I would never do that. First thing you're going to do. I promise you. First thing you're going to do. First thing you're gonna. Me used to get drip up all the time, right, and drag. And I told y'all this story before. I draped my son one day at schoolwork. Me I doing on now. Mind you, I come from a background where my favorite teacher was Miss Smith. Because Miss Smith was so loving, you know. But at the same time, Miss Smith was super strict. Miss Smith, I same teacher will catch me letter when me write to Stephanie and say, but my body is too big for your pum pum. I pussy me say, my body is too big for your pussy. After me ask her, do you love me? And she have to put X yes or no, right? And she knows that my grandfather would have hang me upside down and kill me with it. This lady tell me, say, tell your grandfather, say, I want to talk to him after she beat me, right? And me never tell him. And she said, she kept seeing me. You tell my Stevie, I said, I want to see talk to him yet. Me nervous enough every day. She realized she never told on me. She never told him. She know she beat me already because them did have the authority to bust your ass in school in them days there. So she beat me already. Me hold me beaten and I'm being a good kid now. She didn't see the need to go any further. She had some conscience. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but Miss Smith would stand on the desk and beat me over my back if I was reading a book on a word and I can't pronounce the word properly or bring out the word. and if your reading was poor. So we get beat to learn. It's either y'all gonna learn and retain everything, or you're going to be hurting. And I
Oh,
realized
I
that I
know
was,
about that all too well.
brother, that them used to do in a school. So me
All
now,
too well.
you know about that, not true?
Man, it's
So me,
dangerous, man. You have to learn
me
how
know
much
what,
it's like, you don't get a choice. You don't get no choice. You have to learn. You don't want the licks,
yeah,
so you have to learn.
the more beating I hear them used to say. You either gonna learn it or we're gonna beat it into you. Them used to say.
Yeah, man.
Or it's still a laugh. So me realize now, so me did that do that to my own kids them, right? I remember Jaden, me grab up Jaden one day, man, grab him so and ring him shirt, dry me and stuff. I'm trying to get him to learn. He wasn't grasping, no matter how I was explaining it. I found myself being the same parent who said I would never do that to my kids, and I'm gonna make sure I never do. You see, when I talk to y'all, man, I come from a real place with it. Don't left myself out tight like me as somebody perfect, right? That's why I know. So y'all gonna say I will never do that to my kids, but the first thing y'all gonna do to your picnic them cause it's all you know. So I remember I drip up Jay, and I went to go slap him, and my son said, my son have some pretty eyes. Man, them look a pretty eye, they look for me. And him said, Daddy, can't you just, in my stuttering, because in my brace for the liquor, and he was like, can't you just show me instead of beat me? And he might do like this. And it broke my heart, man. He was, can't you just show me instead of beat me? And he might do like that, Like, I was like, damn.
Fear driving over there, out.
Yeah, I
That
fear
no
me
good.
driving line, but me start
That
cuss
no good.
myself, bro.
Uh,
Me I cuss myself, because me I say, if the little youth can look on you and say, can't you just show me instead of beat me? You should have known, say, you could have shown him instead of beat him. And I promised him I would never hit him again. And see him there today, ask him, he's doing his last year in high school. Ask him if me lick him again after that. Because I just couldn't. So it's gonna. I'm telling everybody, man, the same way you grew up with the ass, I get beat all the time. If you don't fix your damn traumas, if you think no trauma was inflicted on you, worst thing you could think. If you don't fix those traumas before you start having children of your own, watch and see if this isn't your first reaction to everything. You're gonna end up abusing them. You're going to end up abusing your own kids, and then the cycle continues, because now you're teaching them that this is what you do when you want results, and you beat them. So when time them have your grandkids, guess what them are gonna do? The same Ross thing. I'll never beat my kids because that's what my daddy SouFLo used to do me, and then I'm gonna end up beat up my friggin' grandpicnic them now, cause adapt me to him. And then my grandpicnic them are gonna end up beat up for them picnic, my great grandpicnic, and it goes on and on and on. This cycle of hurting, hurt people, hurt people, hurt people. Right? It's deep, man. It's deep, 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 deep. And we have to fix it, but it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of introspection. It takes a lot of really looking at yourself and really having a hard conversation with yourself and really being honest. Really being honest, man. Uh, let's hope that this young lady finds a way to move forward that is beneficial to her development and the rest of her life. That's all we can say. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Hey, morning, SouFLo.
Yeah, fam. You have us on speaker or Bluetooth?
Bluetooth,
Yeah,
Bluetooth.
you have us on one of them, cause I can't hear you.
Yeah, but quickly, you know, the beaten, he leave a school and jump to go to the next school.
Say again.
Beaten.
Beaten. Yeah.
Yeah, beaten let me leave a school and go to a transfer to a next school. The way the principal beat, and I look for him and tell him, man, if you ever lick me one day and next day again, you will never lick. I'm a transfer, but not to wait until he left come and make and she give me the letter and transfer. And the
Oh,
most things in a store.
so you were getting beaten so much at one school that you had to leave and go to another school.
Oh, and the one beat them so you can never do nothing wrong.
Oh boy,
We
yeah.
never on you never hear about pantomimes.
Mm.
Pantomimes are one thing where we used to go with like and school different schools. And we went and found some other guys and went and us for the I worked there. The teacher don't say I'm my friend and man beat up and that give me the man to the teacher about.
All right, bro. Here what? I want to hear your story about your phone not clear at all. Um, and I don't think the
I
audience
was
can hear you clearly either. See?
all right.
Uh, all right, bro. Um, sometimes look at what Ginger said, right? Sometimes teachers would be children who had learning disabilities without even knowing it. You can imagine growing up in our time and you did dyslexic and
That
you're
happened a lot
reading.
in our time growing up. A
That,
lot.
that, that, that's what about
A
five up.
lot.
Yeah, yeah, a lot, a lot.
Carry
Let me
on.
see. Cast the ball. I just added cast to the stage. Um, yeah, man. Imagine being dyslexic in a them time that me remember me I read, me reach all a word and me I say hyper whap 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 and you get about four and you're like hiya and she's like say the word. I told you to break it down in syllables and pronounce the word. Two more behind that whap whap and you have to start over again hyperventilation. A hyperventilation. You start hyperventilate to blouse and skirt. You under them lick there just for read. So imagine if you actually did have a reading disability or learning disability and I take them kind of beating there. Boy. That's why I'm not believing at the beating thing here, so cause it just doesn't it's not it did what it was supposed to do from a time gone by. I'll put it like that. It did what it was supposed to do from a time gone by. We've we have moved on to a different time and space in time. It's not needed anymore. It's not needed anymore. And I don't think it's beneficial either. Yeah. Enough time more drip up my daughter, shut her a box. And my daughter 11. And me I
So
talk
flow.
just from how I would do it. Eh?
We believe say at least one time in our life still not if we get dropped if I one time. Just to know what can potentially happen. It is imperative. I think it's mandatory as a
Put
parent.
instill that fear there.
Yeah, best you do it. The earlier you do it, the better it is for you. You don't have to continue to do it. Because it worked for me and mine. Me never have to carry one time. So no
Mm,
make me as the parent of my family look for you one certain type of way, you know what time it is. Break up your folly
mm.
ground.
Well, I
You
said one
understand?
time. At
What from
least
look for
one
you
time.
one time, man? Yeah, man. At least one time you have to put fear in them at least one time. Yeah, man.
Yeah, well,
I
me
believe in
think me
that.
do that already with some of them. So them,
Well, good.
them have that
But
level of respect
not
and
say
that
they not
level of
forget none.
a
Not so
healthy
they not forget
dose.
if I even one time, they forget a
Mm.
healthy dose. Cause you know give them the beat them for petty things. Yeah, some people just get up and slap a picnic for any frivolous things. When they do
Yeah,
something that's detrimental, you give it to them that one time and make them know say watch it can get worse too. You
love on the air
understand?
with so flow. Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning, SouFLo.
True thing
Um,
five up. Talk to it. What one?
yeah, I didn't catch the whole live. I don't fully know what the topic is. I know this piece of the topic. You guys are talking about parenting,
Yeah.
and I was actually just talking to somebody about these kind of topics. What I found with myself, as you said, that if you don't deal with your own trauma, you'll pass it on to your children.
Mm-hmm.
And growing up, it was really the words. Like my mother can take words and break your spirit.
Mm.
And I
I always said I would never do that.
Mm-hmm.
But then I found myself not saying mean words, but it's just the way things are said. It's the tone, especially. So it's not like you're calling your child out of the name. I found myself doing that in the correction.
Right.
It just was hard and landing hard on my daughter. And I had to realize what I was doing because she was almost like becoming very sad. And I had to check myself. And I think one thing that is very important as we are that generation, I think like we're kind of like between two generations. We're between like the old school generation
Right.
and that old school upbringing,
Right.
and then these new things that we are learning. And then also really being able to reflect on our own experiences as we're growing up and seeing what worked, what didn't work. And we're that generation that's trying to figure out, okay, how do we move forward? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Not only checking myself, because sometimes people don't have that level of self-awareness, but always see yourself as a student of life.
Right.
Be humble enough to, even as an adult and as a parent, to take correction from other people.
Even your children.
Even your children.
Even your children.
Even your children.
Yes.
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 And one thing about my mom, she was perfect. She was never wrong. And it always bothered me. And because she had this idea that she was perfect and never wrong, she never could self-correct and no one could ever correct her. And I always said to myself, I don't want to be that person. So even sometimes when the correction from others might sting, I would force humility into myself and swallow it and take it and sit in the discomfort of that correction to make myself a better person. Yes. And you have to do that with yourself. And if you always see yourself as a student of life, I remember even as a teenager saying to my mother, I said, Mommy, she said, I know I'm this age, I know already. I know. I said, no, Mommy. I said, as long as God gives you breath, you are a student of life. I don't care if you're 90 years old, you haven't made it where you know everything. You'll never know everything. You are a student of life until you take your last breath. Always mentally have your pen and paper ready to learn. And I made a decision at a very young age. I'm going to always be a student of life. And that means that I can be corrected and I can learn and I can grow. And I kept myself in that place. So even I check it with my children. I will ask them, what kind of mom you think I am? And I give them the freedom to tell me. Because some people will say, oh yeah, tell me, man, tell me. And then they punish the child for telling them. Don't do that. You will lose their trust. They won't trust you. Because you as an adult would not trust somebody who says open up and then they scorn you for opening up, for punishing you. Right? You have to remember these are little people who they're still adults. They will become adults. It's not a pet, it's not a cat or a dog. They're just like you, they're just smaller. So I check in with my children about what kind of mother am I? How did I say that? How did that make you feel? What do you think of how I parent you? I take what they say into consideration. Why can I do that? Because I've chosen to be a student of life. Just because I'm the adult doesn't mean that I know everything. And because I was able to do that, I was able to see my wrongs, see where I was being my mother. And I said, oh God, I don't want that, because I remember being myself and I don't want my daughter to go through emotionally what I went through. You understand? So as you guys are talking about that, I'm just like putting my little 2 cents in for us parents to do that. Take correction. I've taken correction from friends who don't even have kids. And sometimes you don't have to swallow everything they say. You eat the meat and you dash with the bone. But at least listen. Don't be like, it's my kid. You can't tell me Ray, you are going to destroy your child with that mentality. You will destroy your child with the mentality that it's your kid and and nobody can tell you Ray and Tay, you're going to destroy your child's life, because it's not possible for you to have all the tools. That's why they say it take a village. And sometimes the village has to correct you. And sometimes it don't feel good. But you got to swallow it and sit with it and really see what benefit and what is not benefit. That's all I wanted to say.
Awesome. You hit especially the part about take correction. especially the
Yes.
part about being able to say I was wrong.
Yes.
You know, so that goes over into all aspects of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I think about raising children, I'm thinking about you being the foundation setter for these
Yes.
children, and
Oh,
and
yes.
the one, the architect, and so to speak, for their personality. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So you can really shape a child's personality from the way you treat them, interact with them, things you say to them, and how you act around them.
Yep.
This is what they carry on into the future and who they become.
Yep.
Right? You have laid the foundation for their personality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And being
So
able to say, I'm sorry. That one
teach.
is key.
Yes.
My
Yes.
mother never said she's sorry to nobody in her life.
I
And
can't
I said,
stand
I
people like that
want
who
to,
cannot
yes.
say I'm sorry, I
I will say
apologize,
sorry
I
to
was
my
wrong.
children. And I take pride in being able to do that because my mother never did that. Even when she hurt me, even when she was wrong, she would never say, I'm sorry. And sometimes you, because you're not going to be perfect, you can say something, maybe it's a little harsh. And in that moment, if you really know your child, you know your child is carrying a hurt from what was said to you,
Mm-hmm.
and you make a U-turn and you say, hey, come here, let me talk to you. Can you say something like that? And you
Mm-hmm.
said, I was telling you the truth. I'm sorry, I do not mean it to be that way. And before that thing takes root to damage them, you've already healed them in that moment.
Right.
You understand? Because
Right.
you're not gonna always get it right. You know, sometimes your parents are gonna come out to you, you know.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you can't help it.
People just want to know that, okay, you did wrong, you're not perfect, but it
Yes.
wasn't
It
intentional,
wasn't
and you're
intentional.
aware that what you did was
Yes.
wrong.
Yes.
That's what
And
I'm
hurtful.
sorry does. That's what I
Yes.
was wrong or I apologize
Yes.
does. That's why I'm
Yes.
gonna like people who can't say I'm sorry, I apologize,
Yes.
I won't, or something like that. Some form of acknowledgement to the wrong you just did, because you
Because
know
you
it's gonna
robbed that
happen
person of
again.
their healing.
And people who can't do that with their children, they also normally can't do that with their spouses
Yeah, it's true.
or their
And
their
that was the
partners
case as
or their
well. That was
friends.
the case as well. Yeah.
See,
And
exactly.
you rob that person of that healing.
Right.
So rather than that becoming a trauma, because we are like a net. They talk about the wish net or the Native American wish net, whatever they call it. That's human beings. And every experience you have, it's like you're gathering it,
Right.
right? So what is your child gathering in your interactions with you? Is it good? Is it bad? Are they going to need therapy for the next 20 years after you done with them? Are they going to be in depression after you done with them? Are they going to end up in the wrong hands of the wrong person because this was not fulfilled, this was crushed, or they're going to be a broken human being that other people can't realize they can't take advantage of because they don't realize that person is missing something? So what you do in that moment, you apologize and you allow them to heal. And I remember one time I had said something, I was trying to teach my son. I was getting frustrated because he wasn't getting it. Because you know how we, with the education and all of that kind of stuff. And I think I said it too harsh for him. You know, and these kids are a little more sensitive. I could have taken a little more abrasiveness too.
Right.
But and I could see like the little tears in his eyes. And after the lesson, he walked away and I told him to come back here. And I told him I didn't mean to say it. And I hugged him. You know, little boy break down and cry. And I rubbed his back and I said, honey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it like that. Mommy's going to do better. Okay. And in that moment, rather than him having something that turned into an insecurity or turn into something that is in the foundation of who he is, he was healed.
Right.
So he walked away unscathed. And our job is to make sure that we leave our children with as little trauma as possible. You're not going to be perfect, but as little trauma as possible. That's our goal. The least amount of trauma.
Exactly.
That is our goal. And when you have that as your goal, you're going to be mindful of what you do, what you say, how you say it. Even if you're not dealing with them, you're dealing with somebody else in the family. You're going to be very mindful of how you deal with this gift that God has put in your life. So that's it.
I appreciate you greatly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well said. Yeah, man. We want to move on to the ISAT part, but boy, that when you get under with skin, to where we just feel like something just need to be said, you know? Some things just need to come out.
Am I echoing flow?
No, Jerome, you sound good. On the mic there.
Hey, hey, hey.
Oh,
Oh, I
hey, Jerome. Oh,
not do
oh.
that.
Hey,
But
God.
I think that sometimes we still need to instill fear in our kids because I've seen where it works.
A healthy dose of
I
fear.
believe, huh?
A healthy dose of fear.
Yeah, because I've seen where I remember when my child used to fear me, she look up to me more and she do things in life because she wanna please me. And
Mm-hmm.
after you drop that where your child anything, you just make your child do anything. After that, there's no reason for her to go above and beyond to please you because daddy don't care anything, she can do anything. So I've seen it work, Um, because I remember I don't really discipline like my daughter a lot, but I
Mm-hmm.
remember one time she did something wrong and I spanked her, and she would cry, and within 10 seconds of she crying, she burst out and start laugh, and it was something beautiful. I'm tell myself from that I won't even spank her anymore because
Same.
it's something to cherish. Because we did have a bond where we not malice each other, we just play, read, sing together, everything. But after a while, when we just, she don't do things to impress me anymore. She live her life trying to impress her mom because her mom is, more forceful and disciplined.
Right.
She used to go out her way. Even on Groundhog Day, she'd be like, Father, I make you some Caesar salad. When you come home, it's on the table. Just whatever she'll do to make you realize that she proud of her father and so on. So I
Mm-hmm.
realized, and then many times they know what discipline you can do,
Mm-hmm.
so they think twice. But after a while, if you don't discipline a child, they'll just do whatever it is. I used to see kids say, like even 7-year-old boy. Yeah, my mom let me watch Empire, and they know, these kids will show off in school about all these, movies they watch that they're not supposed to.
Right.
So I realized you have to discipline them, but show as much love. So I will trick and mindset. Say, hey, you see that party there? They invite me in, but you were rude. Me decide to me nah go. Like things like that I'll do. But I
Same.
still believe that kids should be disciplined because the amount of liquor me used to get, it make me not get in a trouble enough time. Would I'm getting a lot more trouble, but what you have to face when you go home, it's a different thing.
I said the
My
same
peer,
thing. I said
my
the same
parents them
thing.
used, my parents them used to go to school and tell the teacher say, just save the eye and the balls.
And I said just save the eye and the balls. Lick him everywhere else.
Everywhere else.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Yeah, we live a foreign now. We've seen a different system. But for those of us who come from that time period, man, yeah, them actually did tell your teacher that just save the eye and the balls, like lick him everywhere else. And then really lick you at school and your head back sometime you used to get licking a man. Uh but but the healthy dose of fear thing, I think let me clean that up because I don't want people go away thinking we mean scare your children to death. We're talking about, I've said this to this same audience before. My grandparents, again, my grandparents, I really believe that they would have killed me in real life. I like have funeral for me, dead, kill me, if I came to America and got involved in certain things and disappointed them. So although all the opportunities were there, cause remember, I left Jamaica from I was really young. So if I pretty much grew up in the crack epidemic era of United States of America, the explosion, the drug era, all that. there were so many opportunities to get involved in so many different things. And I think that saved me. The healthy dose of fear saved me. Because I used to think, hey, them are going to send you go back to Jamaica and where you going to go? You're going to go to Miss Ruby and Mass Cleavy. How you are going to handle that? And then my little mind would have said them all kill me. So so I never did nothing. I never tried to get into anything that would get me in trouble. So yeah, it was a healthy dose of fear, and my healthy dose of fear had me actually believing that I would definitely be killed. I'm not talking about getting beat hard. I think them would have beat me till me dead. So, but now I know that them would have never do that. But me never know. But although me not too sure still. But even though they're gone, even though they're gone from this plane, I still have that same level of reverence for them. It's that healthy dose of fear where, you still look on your life and be like, or look at things and be like, yep, not getting involved in any of that. No, not that kind of person. It still guides you. Even to this day, it still guides me even to this day.
But
So
no,
yeah,
some kids, they'll carry certain things to them grave. If they get a beating where they think it's not warrant, or them not
mm,
deserve it, they'll never forget it. As
yeah,
long
you
as
never
them
forget
live.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
them come kick when you're walking stick on your hole and thump you in your mash mouth.
Like how me tell my mother. Me tell my mother say she's not going to any health care home or whatever, or elderly home. She'll live with me. And
Mhm.
she get licked for everything she do. Hey, I've torture me, I torture her.
You should not go alone home, but she'll get licked for everything she know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
come
she
to
get
my
torture.
house when you get old, I go and burn you with lick for everything you
Yeah, we get licked for no reason, man. My mother, we all a beat my brother them, man, because them run past me. Me get licked
lick
too.
you too.
Yeah, man, my mother used to different. She have her farm, and when
Mhm.
she's coming home, she stop and cut guava switch.
Yeah.
Like say she feel uncomfortable if she not cut some switch go home fi beat. So
Well, yeah.
I just know that we live through them years there.
Guava
But
switch
some
hurt, bro.
uh
Guava switch them hurt.
man
Because them
and
the break
willow
easy.
and all the willow too.
Yeah, but guava switch man, because it don't break so easy and it very flexible. The hibiscus switch them break easier before guava switch. Guava switch hurt, man.
We used to cut the hibiscus switch because my parents sometimes torture. Tell you if you go for switch and belt and all them things.
Yeah.
So we used to have to go for belt. And if you go for one belt and it's flimsy, you get one over your back. Go for sitting more better than this. Like
Yeah. You a torture, you out there cut the wrong switch and then send you back for better switch. Boy, don't make me go out there and cut it in a car. Me go out there and cut it, you see. You know, say better they can't fly today. We definitely our parents and grandparents would be in prison today. But it did what it was supposed to do. It did what it was
and then
supposed
if
to
they
do.
beat you, if one day you decide say so me not cry this morning, they not stop beat you till you cry now. Because a man
Yes.
here ton. A man here
Yeah.
ton. That means say you must
Yeah.
cry and show pain. Like me see one Saturday morning me decide say me clean my shoes, me polish my shoes, me do everything right. And my mother tell me about say 2 days ago me telling if you left out her yard go on football field. Why you ain't go? And she start beating me say yo me can't and me decide say me nah cry. And me go stiff up my face and buff up my face. Man,
Really.
a broomstick broke up. So I
That
know how
hey,
the go
wait
ahead.
there. Darren Granny was a murderer, brother. Darren Safim Granny beat with a truck fan belt, blouse and skirt, a truck fan belt. Yo, A murder that, slavery days beating that, plantation beating that.
But these
But
kids, them
yeah,
are these kids are tell about say, yeah, if you hit me, I'ma call DCF. I
yeah.
hate that shit.
Remember when we just come here, and we go to school, and they explain to us that if your parents are hitting you at home, they might explain to you like the ways that your parents can corporal punishment discipline you, and it was supposed to be an open hand on your backside, right? So me, I come from Jamaica, where I get everything. I'm like open hand on your backside, on your butt. Like my mom would never do that. Then they kind of beating me or getting at my house. So me go home and me explain to mommy say, they were telling us in school today that if you're getting beating and it's outside of just a smack with the open hand on your butt, on your backside, and not your bare skin either, right? That anything past that is you come to school and report it, and they'll make sure that it's taken care of, it's addressed. Then I carry go on place name HRS, our Child Protective Service. Here my mother knows she. Yeah, well, I know some me beat you, but you have to go make it to the phone first. I have to go make it to the phone first. We think about it. I was like, okay. I'm not telling anybody anything. I was just telling you what they were telling us in school today. She was like, you have to go make it to the phone first, bro. But she not top beat you, she beat you fair away. Yeah. A
When I
time
used to
gone
go
by.
to when I used to go to school in Florida, Fort Lauderdale. Me see
Mm.
all of youth named Tyrone that talk to the teacher and him purposely the and I spit while in the talking on the teacher in our face and them things, you know. And me never used to them things there at Jamaica. Me see all pitney they tell a teacher, shut the fuck up. I don't even want to hear the fuck. And all I say to them parents, I don't want to hear nothing you have to say. And when I get home, I don't want to talk about it. Me say, yo, this is different because we couldn't talk.
Yeah, yeah. Or when you first come here and see them in a grocery store and you hear, bitch! And me turn around and me say, I want to pick the attack to his mother. Just the look, just the look that I got from mine, you in your dream. I wish you would. Okay. I saw them grow. Yeah, this is strange. I'm definitely in a strange country, boy. I never think we could have seen nothing like this in our real life. And go school and go see people never tell the teacher them, but yeah, we didn't come from that, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Yeah, my granny owned sugar cane trucks. Okay, Darren. Darren same granny owned sugar cane truck. She just pull out her fan belt and beat him with it. Fan belt rough, you know, man. Anyway, um, the last topic of the morning we wanted to get into, right, was the Isaac Buchanan and Anne-Marie Vaz and East Portland. As we all know, Isaac Buchanan has won East Portland and is now, not East Port, yeah, East Portland has won East Portland and is now the PM for East Portland. He'll be heading to the big house as a representative, a member of parliament for, that's a huge accomplishment. Member of parliament for, and Isaac's, his success is just leveling up and leveling up and leveling up after such a big fall in life. Because if you think about it, right, somebody can actually say about him is a deportee, and them man there drugs them did are selling, and them get catch on them do time at prison, and then he goes, okay, but you need to add the rest of my story to it when you tell people about me, right? I'm not saying that that part isn't true, but you need to add the rest of my story. Tell them I am completely reformed. Tell them I am so far into reformation that I have become a practicing attorney and one of the best ones you've ever seen. Tell them also now, watch the story keep on a grow. Tell them also now that I am a sitting member of parliament. Yes. Tell them also now that I took the toughest case in Jamaica, fought it at Privy Council level, and freed that entertainer who everybody said he was never coming out. Tell them that I took a man. Remember the man who was in prison in Jamaica for how many years without a trial? I sat free him too, and then not only freed him, he got millions of dollars in reward recently, and I think he passed away like shortly after. You know, he's doing so many great things. So for me, like I've said way before, that's why I love not being a wagonist. I said way before that he is the perfect person to speak to our youths. He is the perfect person to go around speaking about reform. He's the perfect person to give the youth them hope. For one, is a Rastaman son. Everybody know who his father is. Given the history of Jamaica and Rastas and how they were treated leading up to even now when they're still not liked very much. To see him not have to conform, as in shave off him beard, shave off him hair, pretend to be somebody he's not in order to infiltrate to get in the door. Like that brother yeah, kick in the door them with them long locks and everything. You know, see him spruce up and cut off and shave down and nothing, right? So eloquently spoken, so very well, highly educated and knowledgeable about any topic him step on. I knew he was gonna win East Portland. I was just hoping that the people saw better for themselves, and they did. Now, the biggest problem in Jamaica now is that ISAT won over Vaz and Marie Vaz. And I didn't expect to see so many Jamaicans willing to choose Anne Marie Vaz over Isaac. I didn't see it. But I could weed out, like for instance, I saw a stream of videos and it was all men and all of the man them I talk about how she needs to go dig up back the road, and if she need help, me come help her dig up back the road, and they're ungrateful. And it kept going until they started talking about how good she looked and how clean her skin is and how pretty she is. Then I said, yeah. So this turned back into that 400 years plantation, something that lighter is better, and the closer to white you are, then you must be good over there. So, and if we have to choose between that, it can't be the black man, it have to be the white woman, and it started going back into that. Not by me, because that wasn't the basis on which I said Isaac Buchanan should be the next MP for East Portland. It was because I do truly believe that he is going to fight tooth and nail to reform East Portland. Now, for my Jamaican people who feel like, me even see people that talk on social media how Isaac, him just look like same locks frozy. That's one of the comments that got me. Him just look like say him locks frozy. And I left a comment under that comment where I said, man, social media is something else, because it allows somebody who is actually a nobody to just say anything they want to say about somebody who is out here accomplishing great things in life. You feel like you can size up. The internet put everybody on equal level, so everybody feel like that we're all the same kind of thing. Because what would make you say something like, yeah, you can just look on him and tell same locks frozy? So I guess you could just look at Anne Marie Vaz and tell that what? She smells like roses. Again, there goes them 400 years, right? Now, for my Jamaican people, did you all know? I mean, a lot of you here know, but for those who will be watching this, I want y'all to know that water, running water, and roads, that's not even supposed to be something that is debated about. during a campaign to see who is going to be your next PM. Running water and roads should be off the table. Running water and roads just should be something that should be provided. The government should have already provided that. As your prime minister of your country, it goes back to your prime minister, as your prime minister of your prime minister should be looking at a spreadsheet. And he should say to all of them, whether them are PMP or JLP, all of them, I need a spreadsheet of all the communities on the island that do not have clean, potable running water today. And they should bring in a spreadsheet. And the prime minister should look at the spreadsheet and then delegate and say, okay, this is where the funds are going to be going. Because we need this, and we need to get rid of this problem ASAP. Every facility, every district, every town, everybody should have clean running water at this point. We're an island. We're surrounded by water, and let's say people don't have clean running water or have a water problem, right? Roads are the basic. So water and road, if I that on did love and Anne-Marie Vaz for especially the road. Because when I ask people from Portland what is her main accomplishment or what are her accomplishments, what did she do for the people, all they can say is roads. Roads. And I'm guessing some of them are gonna add water next. So I think I have to let them know that road and water, my friend, is the basics. I want y'all to understand, right? Because they're cussing the people of Portland, you know. Jamaicans are cussing the people of Portland. And they'll start their video out like this. Well, me not come from Portland, a St. Thomas me come from, but all me know say, we can use somebody like her down at St. Thomas. She would be better suited for us. It's okay, my girl. It's a blessing in disguise. Come where you are appreciated or where you can be appreciated. If she's coming to you just to give you a road, then that's not it. The people of Portland need to know you have farmers who used to sell their produce from their farms. Under her 6 years, that market got cut, became obsolete. So now you have farmers who no market, not if you carry them goods go a market. You share it up with your family, that's it. People want to earn. They don't want to be handed stuff. Contrary to popular belief, the people don't want to hand them things. You know the old saying, teach a man to fish, you feed him, or give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, because you give him the fish. When him done yam the fish, him don't know how to fish to get more fish. So he's going to yam the fish and feel him belly full today. What when him hungry tomorrow? And you don't feel like give him no fish tomorrow again. He just got dead for hungry. But if you teach him how to fish, he'll never ask you for anything again because he'll go fishing for himself and he'll be able to feed himself. That is what the people of Portland are saying. They're saying we can't eat road, and although we're grateful for the road, there are still lots of communities here who don't have running water. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about opportunities for us to work and earn for ourselves. The people who used to have them cook shop. I know some of you look at people who own cook shop as some menial kind of living or something. I'm gonna tell you something. Some of them people here who own cook shop in Jamaica make more money than me and you who sit down a foreign. I walk out with soul case and I get it in US dollars. Yeah, I know some, especially down Westmoreland side, we know some real busy cook shop and some well put together cook shop. It's a family establishment. You can call it a restaurant. One of my particular ones I like is one that the family's house is in the back of it, and then their farm is in the back of the house. And everything that's cooked at that restaurant and served to you is coming from that farm in at the back of the house. And everybody who are working at the restaurant is mother, father, sister, brother in there. All them picking them in there and their mother and them father. And them out the road from early in the morning. If you go out like 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 in the morning driving by, you can get some porridge. Early in the morning, you can get some breakfast. An hour or two after that, you can get 2 finger, green banana, piece of yellow yam, some ackee and saltfish, some callaloo, and something like that. Come a little bit later, is everything on the menu, my friend, from oxtail to brown stew, chicken to curry to this, that, and the other. These are people that send their children to university and pay the fees off and don't owe nobody nothing from them cook shop. So when you close down these opportunities for the people of Portland and them just have to sit down at them yard and look for a road where you just pave over, you didn't accomplish nothing big. That's why they switched to ISAC. And this is what he's going to be expected to do, right? This is the story of the Blue Lagoon, man. It broke my heart to see it, knowing how historic that spot is. You know, a whole heap of big movies, you know, Hollywood movies, you know, Hollywood multi-million budget movies. Parts of them were shot right this way, Blue Lagoon, you know. Watching the video, the documentary that was put together leading up to the election about the Blue Lagoon, where, and the people them were like, yeah, I live in Maine, and this is my main purpose for coming to Jamaica. I just wanted to, because my favorite movie is XYZ, and I just wanted to be at the place where it was filmed, and I thought I was going to come get on a bamboo raft and enjoy it, and then I come and there's nothing going on here. And then in the background, while they're doing the interview, I see somebody rode a jet ski on the Blue Lagoon. So they were asking, so who that? I thought y'all said nobody could go on it. We can't bamboo raft down the Blue Lagoon. The bamboo rafters are telling you how much money them used to make and can support them family off the Blue Lagoon. Buses of tourists are pulling up just to stand there and stare at it. No action going on. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Yes, SouFLo, me again. I might turn now. You know me not take long.
All right, talk to it.
Big up to ISAT, Aquabe, Buchanan. Big up again, ISAT. On the cartels of the leg off and t-shirts, on the leg off ISAT suit. On the let him go.
You know the people
SouFLo, you remember that judge? Eh?
You know, some of the people them have it say the people of Portland are dunce and them only vote for Isaac because he's associated with cartel, so them do it off a cartel influence. Right, that's what we want them to understand that.
So for you know, you see Mr. Isaac Buchanan, whenever me I listen to him and in the context matter, me make sure so me get me book and get one pen coming up, me have to learn some new words.
I have to find out some new things.
Then the white people them not like Isaac, but who cares? Isaac is a brilliant man. Aquabe, I wonder if you listen to SouFLo. I wonder wake up Isaac never call you now. They don't love him. Why they don't love him? Because he's brilliant and he's a black man. And SouFLo remind me of something. The judge went to prison. Why name America Joe?
Yes, Judge Joe Brown.
All right. He go to prison and he come out and he reform and he brush off himself so much and them accept him. Oh no, have to accept Isaac because guess what? Isaac a winner. Aquabe, you are a winner. Lego off fine suit.
Same.
SouFLo, maybe around 3 months ago, Isaac called me up, you know. But guess what? I'm a regular listen to his program. He was talking about something, and for me could have done right. In move on from when I talk, I'm me right say Isaac I done, but I didn't. I know so me mean it. Me shouldn't say Isaac them I done. See what I'm talk about.
Right.
And SouFLo all me up to class and me say me done for now. And you know the platform run out for me, you know, because everybody used to me. I said, no, I thought on that, and I put up some crying emoji, and he said, Donna, why you cried? Right? SouFLo, when before I started doing programming, you know, Andre Stevens bought him, and he looked so timid, and then class up Isaac, and me class them back. Jamaican echelons, they don't love nobody, but see them pick me. But I want something I could tell you this morning. Isaac is a very brilliant man, and some word what me learn from off a context matter. So one more time, I tell you, Isaac Aquabe Bokianan.
All right, Mama.
Bless up.
Bless up. All right, she's obviously singing Isaac his praises, but Lion Tafari, you're absolutely right. The judge is Judge Mathis, not Judge Joe Brown. It was Judge Mathis. But yeah, watch this. The plan to take Blue Lagoon. The plan to take Blue Lagoon that nobody saw coming. Blue Lagoon, right? Because of how historic it is, and because of all the Hollywood movies that were shot there on big budgets, and I've seen Grace Jones, I've seen like a lot of top people out of the industry from the United States of America and other places just chilling out at Blue Lagoon, right? I actually thought it was somewhere where regular people weren't allowed to go because of all the stars that I've seen there, only to find out that it pretty much belonged to the locals. Yes, somebody has said SouFLo, it's private property and whatever. The gentrification of Jamaica, my friend, is in full swing. Okay, so under her, under Anne-Marie Vaz, Blue Lagoon get locked down. I think the plan was to keep it locked down long enough so the people who used to have them cook shop around there, the local people, them, because people used to run tour that way. So when buses and buses full of tourists used to come that way, of course, them jump out, them want something to drink, them want something to eat, them want to taste some local food. So you yourself, round there you come from, you'll make a money. Imagine when all that dry up and the people them can't make no money to help themselves again. Them start ball, right? Right. I think the plan was to lock Blue Lagoon down, keep it stagnant for a long time, so till it gets into everybody's head that, why just dead there? Nobody do not know over there. Yeah. So we're gonna find something else to do. And then under the quiet, sell it off to some high-end investor who is going to do something touristy with it and then reopen it on a grander scale with something completely different going on there, right? This is how you find like all the big fancy hotels, the all-inclusives and stuff. That's how they do those properties before them sell it off to them. Them quietly closed down off of them place there. This piece of beachfront no longer available. It closed down for construction or whatever them want to call it. The people them start go somewhere else. Before we know it, is a new all-inclusive or new hotel that's opened up. And the only way you have access to that piece of beachfront again or that piece of water again is if you are a foreigner going into this place to stay there or if you own it. Because regular Jamaicans will no longer be able to access it. And that's exactly what I think they were going to do with Blue Lagoon. But Isaac Buchanan stepped in. And now I don't think they're going to be able to do that so easily with Blue Lagoon because the plot has been exposed. So now one of the things that they're going to be looking for, and somebody from Portland sent me a list, because the person said, SouFLo is not just Blue Lagoon, And so the Portland people, them, you can chime in and tell us anywhere else. They say it's not just Blue Lagoon. Then the person named off a whole bunch of other places that they were used to making money for themselves at and were no longer able to do so under that same lady there. So while she did a pave road and I wind up herself and laugh and dance with you and come around your yard, come put little cream in your hair and perm your hair and talk about me used to perm me hair, used to cream me hair when me I grew up to, Cause I mean how you go a hairdresser when you grow up poor. That was her. It was very cringy during the campaign trail. Me used to cream me here when me I grew up to, me see around a one yard full of black females who sit on outside and do them here. Me used to cream me here. She in the girl here and I put in the cream and come out her here. But how you go cream it? How you go a hairdresser when you grew up poor? As if she's trying to like so hard to endear herself to them to have them to believe say she poor like we, you know. She poor like we and she cream here like we too. Man, that lady don't know poor no more, even if she grew up poor. I saw them defending her in those comments. I true she a talk she grew up poor because me know her from she little. Me and she around the same age. I remember when she used to go to school and we were so quick to defend her, right? She hasn't known what poor is for a long, long time, right? But this is why the people of Portland voted for someone different because they no longer had a way to feed themselves. They don't want to be handed stuff. Them no want to be nobody charity case. The people of Portland want to be people who can take care of themselves. Them have them pride. Them have them pride. Them land ownership, them want them title for them land. All kind of something not going down there. So for the people who keep saying, oh, a cartel influence why them vote for him, you know, or anything else, don't talk about those people like they're so dumb they don't know what they want for themselves. They've actually made countless videos explaining exactly why. Exactly why. Mervyn the Point, Jamaica Cursor, in the 90s, there was a wonderful restaurant on the water right there. Even had a lobster trap where you could pick your own lobster. And it was an awesome experience. Live on the air with SouFLo, good morning.
Yes, Flo. I think Isaac is the right man for the job.
He is, brother. He is.
I mean, if I wanted to be a biased person, I can say, yeah, man, him give me artist a chance, him deserve a chance. But on the other hand, things you learn always automatically just still within you. You know, like many times I meet people go to the army and they're very organized and neat. I just think that's something them learn in the army.
Right.
So like Isaac is a human rights lawyer.
Right.
Just like if something happened and a nurse is around, she just gonna quickly go into a nurse mode and do whatever it is
that she been trained to do.
Food, you know, whatever it is to make sure that person is okay.
Right.
I think Isaac is gonna look out for the human right. So if something when a benefit,
if something that does
not politician always do, him heart won't allow him to.
Right.
So it's always gonna be defending and looking out for the people because he has studied human rights and he knows too much of what is right from wrong.
I'm looking for the great transformation that will take place in East Portland. And I'm optimistic because I know that it's going to happen. I know that it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think he's going to try to look out for the younger Gen Z, you know, give them more better something to do with education, libraries, and so on. I think he's gonna always look out for the Portland people. I think they.
All right, so this is the interview. Let's wrap it up with this interview right here. He did an interview recently where when he said this right here, it had me floored.
The Constitution speaks about the voting process. You have the right to vote. And there was a time Paul Bogle and George William Gordon died so people could vote. They were divvying up land because there was a time when you had to have land to vote. Now people just
hold on. I want you to hear it louder. Hold on. Let me give you this way.
The voting process. You have the right to vote. And there was a time the Constitution speaks about the voting process. You have the right to vote. And there was a time Paul Bogle and George William Gordon died so people could vote. They were divvying up land because there was a time when you had to have land to vote. Now people just get up in the morning, get them voter ID, enumerate, and they have all the power in the world to say stuff like, my spirit not take you. That's it. You know, come cream me here. Me now vote for you. Me no see you wind up yourself. Yeah? And I pop it and drop it like a good skettle. Me now vote for you. That has become the culture rather than thinking about the generations that follow. So I came to Portland and I'm saying to people, I'm the least among you as a two-time convict deportee. You can't have your good son and daughters and not want them to be lawyers. If like how they feel about me, if a dirty convict boy like Isaac Buchanan can turn lawyer and go speak before the Privy Council and is now a member of Parliament, the possibilities are endless for the sons and daughters of Jamaica.
Mm. The man said the part about the cream here, and so let's bring it to where the part about the cream here and the part about the pop it and drop it like like a good skettle. That is, he's speaking to he's speaking to the campaign trail, and he's speaking to the gimmicks. You know, the gimmicks that are used now to win the elections are what people look for now in order to say this is the person I'm going to vote for. You know, people no longer are looking at their policies and what they have actually done. Them look past the him do like a something the minimal. She fix road, vote her in again. Like you had 6 years to do way more than just fix some road. And a lot of those roads were fixed in the last minute. I don't want to get Isaac no issue because they were after him before, even though I know that he knows the law way better than I do and he knows what to say and what not to say. But I remember when he said, quoted a line from Vibes Cartel song, Paula, go suck a dick. And it was done on, I believe it was Andre's platform. And they still took it to the people who oversees his profession, all in an effort to try to get him disbarred, right? So, me not gonna say she him did I talk about, but in my eyes, I believe that's who he was talking about because I started following Anne Marie Vaz on TikTok. I'm not even on TikTok. I just use TikTok to promote everything that I upload to social media or to YouTube is also uploaded to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. That's just a strategy that I use, right? So when we go over there, if we upload the video them, I'll see her over there. And through the election was going on, I started following her because I wanted to see what she was doing for East Portland and what her talking points were, etc. And I kid you not, every time I saw a video of her, she was winding up herself and dancing and gyrating and either and popping and dropping it like a good skettle, if you will. And I thought there is no substance to like what else is there for like you know. So yeah, me know say I'm share talk, but him not gonna directly say it to her. So SouFLo, did you hear the voice note of the person in Portland planning to sabotage him? No, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. But I have heard many people saying they will go down there and dig up the road themselves, or they will personally help her if you go dig up back the road them, as if those roads aren't used by people who like her and people who don't like her, but the road used by people who like her too. So you're gonna sabotage the people them who voted not for her just because you're gonna sabotage the people who voted for her in order to hurt the people who did not vote for her. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. But yeah, with that said, we're at the end, and I just want Jamaican people to know it's time for you to start demanding more from your. I've been saying this for years, right here on this platform. Jamaican people have a thing about them where they worship the people who they elect. You elected them. You have the power. You can also elect somebody else and render them powerless. That is why you have the power. So stop accepting bare minimum, like Mervyn the Point Jamaica Kerr said. Stop accepting the bare minimum. Hold them to a higher standard. Make them work for you because that's what you elected them to do. And see if they don't perform like they're supposed to perform. Stop with this or skin cleany. It's like one down I don't want to say her name and be wrong about anything, but she just got elected in, yeah, but St. James, right? Yeah, she just got elected in St. James. And boy, if you see the comment them from the man them, I miss one brother said, me no business what she a talk about. Me a vote for her. Girl body strong like Rock of Gibraltar. One next one say her body broady, bomber clot. Me definitely a vote for her. No one hear nothing what she have to say. And I'm like, what? What? But I'm not saying she's bad. I'm just saying look at what they look at to vote for somebody. You're not looking to see if things are gonna get better in your area. No opportunities are gonna be provided for you to be able to earn a decent living, or opportunities for your children to excel, or opportunities for, yeah, better road, because some places still don't have the basic road. They're gonna fix the road them that haven't been fixed since God know when. Are you finally gonna get running water consistently into your house so you can get up and at least turn on shower head and take an actual shower morning time? Are you gonna get, like, look for none of that? Our body round no blood clot. Yo, dog, I me have vote for. Me no want to hear nothing what she have to say. Mama Tan Chunk, she look good, I'm like, yo. So back to this again. The people have to understand that you are the ones with the power. You are the ones with the power. And when you start to exercise and flex your powers, these politicians will be forced to respect you. You hear me, I say? We're gonna leave it at that this morning. Manners and respect to everybody tuning in. I appreciate you greatly. Thank you. Chris says the roads are actually funded by taxpayers, and the simple-minded people who are saying that they are going to destroy the roads are sickening. Not only that, our people tend to believe that these roads are funded by these politicians out of the goodness of their hearts and their own pockets. Is your money them take? For your money, them take. Me come in your house, took your money, went outside, went shopping, bought you a gift, brought it back, and you love me for life. I used your money. I didn't use any of my money. but so much more we can talk on this one, but we're gonna leave it right there. So just stop moving like say on a powerless. I hate seeing it. Stop moving like on a powerless. Alright? I could take the last call of the morning and call her. If you're not clear, you have to go. Last call of the morning. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, Mary.
Loud and clear. What go on, family?
Yeah, a bubble of pot,
Talk to me now. You had the last call for morning,
Yeah, man. Read that thing with Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
And everything with Jamaica, right? I know seeing. We not know where to go.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? We not know where to go.
Where mean we not
First of all, let me tell you where me say, right? First of all, Rasta don't get the respect that they deserve in Jamaica. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And the people at the top make sure you say Jamaica is gentrified. You know what I mean when we say gentrified? See?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Status quo is maintained.
Right.
So the little thing when you see Miss Lady, they do Miss Anne-Marie Vass at the campaign about the here and them thing there. They make sure say a big population, chunk of the population is fairly uneducated. And you can use those trivial things to reach them.
Because it benefits them to keep it that way.
Yeah.
They also make sure that majority of that population doesn't really have access to increase their income. That way they can starve them out and give them the little when them feel like it, and then they'll feel like God to them.
Because when our politicians, them love use this term we call them help. For the meaning of help, is disempowerment. For the help, for empower you,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. If they empower themselves and their stakeholders, as they call them.
Yeah. And I can tell you this, I pretty still, but know how me know my country run. how we stay and what go down there. The palms of hell going come down from ice at one at a time. From the powers that be.
You're saying they're
Yeah.
after Isaac and they're going to do everything in their power to probably destroy him in some way?
Yep.
All right. I'm sure Isaac knows that, you know, there are people out there who don't like him, who are in powerful positions, but also we're gonna leave the video like this morning. Don't move in fear. Never move in fear. Cause if you're worried about who are gonna come down upon you and who are gonna hurt you or who are gonna harm you or who don't like you, you will never move towards or accomplish your mission. So we're gonna leave it right there so this morning. See? Big up yourself, Carla, and thank you for calling in. All right. Manners and respect. All right. All right, sir. All right. Like my granny Miss Ruby would say, be good. If you can't be good, be careful. And like my grandfather, Mas Clevey, would say, I will see you tomorrow if God spare me life. All right. Walk good, everybody. I'll see you right here tomorrow morning on SouFLoTV live. And I'll put out in the morning what time we're going live. So you know around 6 o'clock what time we'll be going live tomorrow morning. All right. I'm out. Peace.